Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Tabletop Gaming. We're back with some more Dungeons and Dragons. Last time we left off, we all got slapped to the ground for our insolence of being up while the Chosen One needed to prove themselves.
And not being real. Not being the one.
So
I'm pretty sure
this has happened.
I'm pretty sure Varista just is a murder hobo.
No nonsense, murder hobo.
I'm gonna point out Thordrick tried to tap that. Thordrick got slapped for it.
And we don't know, and we can't remember.
And not just one time.
Yeah, and we can't remember if you ever told any of the party
Nope.
about Thordrick telling you that.
No, I did not, because I did not want to cause trouble.
Why do I have a feeling if you did blurt that out, Arista would have gone after you personally?
No, because I wouldn't have been dumb enough to go out to try anything. I'd be like, yeah, this happened.
would
I'm not making
Thorin
a
have-
mistake.
What about Thorin?
Thorin would have just been like, nope.
Nope.
I'm good.
Nope. Nope.
Well, I mean, you didn't anyways because you weren't here.
No, I wasn't. So, onwards, I guess.
Okay. Everyone roll initiative.
No, for fuck's sake.
No, this is just in case. It also means I can keep an order of things if at any point I need it.
I'm lost!
Apparently, this is a good habit to start with the games. It makes things faster sometimes.
I'm definitely
Zoho
lost.
Reboot?
Oh, no, you can roll a 0, I forgot.
Why am I called Zoho Reboot? Why?
I
Also,
only see Zoho.
Why
I just
does
seen
the
them-
thing say reboot even though on the sheet
Why did it
says your
say
name?
Why did they reboot?
Beetroot!
I don't see it. Doesn't say reboot for me. Initiative is a little weird, and then there's a weird Z poking out next to the box.
What the
Oh,
hell are you
Also,
guys
it's
on
also
about?
listed as redo on the turn board.
How are you both cursed?
Why? Wait, why do I have redo?
From when I did your sheet for the changes, I
Why are
did
all
a new
three
sheet
of you cursed?
copy.
Why are all three of you cursed? I don't see
You
this.
are also cursed.
I don't see this.
You have a K next to underneath the initiative, and above the 12 on my screen.
Yeah, because that's Cayenne.
No.
Anyway.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm assuming it's something to do with unique
Roll 20 is correct.
identifying the
This app is broken.
Roll20 is cursed at the moment. Please leave a message after the re.
I'm assuming it's just leaving that on there as a marker that it's a different sheet because I archived the old ones, so they're still technically there.
Fair enough.
This is dumb.
We know who's who anyway, so that's the important part. Yeah, this is literally just for if we need it, it's there already. Currently, don't worry about it. So,
How does Otto have a third? Oh.
So, during the downtime, we did some leveling up and whatnot, which will effectively come into play during this session, maybe. So, as far as we're concerned, if it's on your character sheet now, you have full access to it, and there's none of this, like, don't worry about it for the time being, like there was last session.
Right?
Because getting new weapons and things from these guys is milestone advancement. Yay!
Swear to God.
So,
So, in other words, when we get the last Stormlord weapon, that's another milestone?
you could assume so, yes.
I'm assuming so. Meh.
That also means
Yeah,
we have
good
a long way to
assumption.
go.
So,
And if we go fast,
You
okay.
want to rush and screw up?
who said we would screw up?
Okay, okay,
You're assuming we would screw up.
okay.
Trying to remember how this new ball worked.
You grab the bookmarker.
I have to select all first. So, I believe this was the last map you saw last session.
Correct.
Me.
Alright. So. You are all... So, we're going to start off over here. Let me grab my notes. So, Rill, being the good girl that she is, and the helper of not letting people die, slowly after settling the claiming of the bow, comes around to each one of you, one at a time. I can't remember the specific order she said, I just know Otto comes up a bit earlier than the others, because he's a healer, if needed.
In order, it was like me, Otto, Soho, Thorin, I think.
Something. And as each of you comes to from her healing, you've got that horrible feeling of being beaten down. You know that if that dragon wanted to kill you, it quite easily would have. And as you kind of gather yourselves together and look around, you see it is still here, watching the group closely from the top. We'll say this mountain over here. Well, not mountain, but lack of a better word. Keeping a close eye on you. And once you have all being like reawakened and dusted yourselves down.
You used awakening on us? Dude, now we're superhumans.
No.
That's not how this works.
I know.
You have Rill will effectively inform you that you should probably leave. Is the feeling she got from her conversation just prior.
Don't need to tell us twice.
Great. No,
Thorin, if you don't get up, I'm going to especially make it hurt. Come on. Thorin, get up.
I
Here's
don't
an-
remember how to change the token on my thing.
click your token. There's a dot
The marker.
underneath. You click. Yeah, there's a
And it-
dot underneath. When it pops up, you can get rid of the marker by clicking on it. And when you have
Yeah.
a list of markers,
It should be Yeah, the marker should be highlighted.
Oh,
Come on, you.
Okay. Running. Yeah.
running. Oof. Lauren wants to
Not
get.
Zoho striding.
Guyan is just largely walking. Like
He's just casually striding.
I'm sorry, your casual stride makes me run. I am a dwarf with short little legs. Leave me alone.
That sounds like a you problem.
The dwarf is also standing on me.
The Furbolg does not approve.
As you head down the icy slope and back down the way that you had entered, heading towards where you've cave.
Can't
Yeah,
remember.
Yeah.
I didn't give it a specific name. That's why I'm dubbing. You hear
You didn't really describe it as being underground.
it's the entryway. You hear behind, like above you, the flapping of great wings, and as you look up, you see that the dragon is following, still keeping a close eye on you from above.
That dragon is dangerous.
Then don't make it an enemy.
Even when I had Blur up, it still whacked me.
And yet it didn't kill you.
I'm going off on a limb, and if that after we got knocked, when it decided to run up on us, it decided it to be non-lethal. Oh, because I don't know if any of the what we were hit with was from it.
It was from Varista. I was trying to deal with her, but apparently she's more skilled.
Well, I mean, I tried doing that with Sabakaze. I got smacked for it.
And I barely did anything this time.
And you nearly knocked me out that one. After you got me up.
What?
With that one.
Oh.
Diane's recounting that you smacked her.
What was I supposed to do? You were going to attack them! And they had already told you to basically stay down.
No, she didn't.
They knocked you down, and... whatever.
They walled you off from me with a wall of wind. That was basically saying, stay in the wall.
She could have said it in common.
She could have.
1v1.
I think the point was to pick up on that.
Yes, the point was to pick up on it. She was focusing on me, not any of you. Me and me alone. But what's done is done. That makes 3 of the Stormlord weapons we've found so far. The last one should be in the, what was it called? The Storm Plains?
I think it was the Thunder Cliffs.
Thundercliffs, yes. We'll need to head there, but first we should probably stop in town to resupply and prepare.
Well, we have to get to town first. Shit.
Right.
We know the way back. Shouldn't take so long.
So,
Shouldn't take too long.
as you briskly follow the path towards the portal, having this conversation, the dragon continues to circle above. And just after entering the, I'll call it large passageway, and heading towards the portal, there is a sudden thud.
Is it in front of us or behind us?
It's behind you.
Zoho turns.
Tunnel caved in.
It's the dragon.
Mm.
It landed.
It's looking at us.
It's looking at you.
Is it waiting for something?
I think it's waiting for us to leave.
Auto waves goodbye.
Cayenne just shrinks down to what she actually looks like. Just starts walking down the tunnel.
Okay. So you head down to the tunnel, to the room with the portal.
Soho just stares at the dragon for a while longer before heading down into the tunnel.
It follows you into the tunnel. It's not a tiny tunnel. It's
It's a large tunnel big enough for a dragon to fit into.
yeah, I just can't fly down here. Its footsteps behind you, probably making your hairs a bit. Yeah.
I'd imagine the tunnel's getting colder as well.
Not really noticeable compared to what it was.
Okay.
Considering it was already fucking cold.
It's bloody
Yeah,
cold!
So you reach the portal, and you guys head through, yeah?
Yep.
I
and then up
swear,
that
if we end
through
up at the
other-
guild through that portal.
So you. Why would I make it that easy? Jeez.
I don't know. Sometimes you like to just do things like that. That's
This
why.
isn't a Fae campaign. Fuck off.
So you one by one head through the portal, leading into.
Straight away.
Be nice if it actually teleported us on to the other side of the mountain range where it ain't so cold. But no. No.
If it was this map,
Yeah.
don't really need tokens.
No.
Try to. I'm just trying to change up the imagery a bit. So,
I only see Zo.
Because I put my token down just now.
we don't necessarily need tokens right now. I just want the maps. So, one by one, you head through the portal, and you pop out in the corridor.
Guess we're traveling the rest of the way.
Did you... there was one thing we didn't do before this that I just realized.
What?
I'm talking about me and Kai. And relax. Figure out the HP increase.
Did you not roll your HP?
No. I forgot how to... Is it just like another D8?
You just click it's you just roll a hit dice.
For extra HP?
You roll a hit dice, and that's how much you get when you level up.
Or
If
you can
roll
take the average.
If you average.
Or just take the average. Or
So,
never mind.
like that, kinda?
Well, it was only 1, so that would have been the 4. Which I think
And
jumps
that's the
to
average.
6.
Including your constitution modifier.
No, it's just 1d8.
No, it's 1d8 plus con mod. Yeah.
So it's 4.
6.
So
I'm at 53.
no, you'll be at 54.
Okay.
Yeah, 54.
Mm.
Average is 5.
Yeah, the average is 5, sorry. I was thinking D10.
And then, yeah, there was one spell I didn't grab. But we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Because I didn't have a rest yet, so it doesn't matter.
No, I wouldn't worry about copying it into a sheet. I'm gonna guess it may not be needed right now. But if you think it does, just tell me what the fuck it was meant to be.
Fire shield. At least for this area. Let me...
Oh, you got your
Well-
level 4 spell slot. Okay.
Yeah. Let me just double check the exact name of it.
No, I know what that spell is.
Oh,
I
jeez.
don't remember Druids getting it though. It's the only thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it is Fire Shield. Yep. And yes, Druids can learn it.
Anyways,
Oh, Druid can. Okay. Unless it's. Oh no, you can't.
Oh?
It's Wildfire subclass Druid.
Okay. I misread it.
It's tied to a subclass. That's why it comes up on the search for Druid.
Fair enough. I will decide on that later then.
Thought it was a bit odd for it to be on the Druid list
I
by default.
have one other one, but I'm
Okay,
not sure if
anyway.
that's a specific.
So you have found yourself back in the cave.
this cave or the other
Well,
one.
this cave between the two portals.
Okay.
The connection.
Are the golems still around?
No, they're gone. You beat them up. Well, they're frozen corpses, I guess, are kind of just lying.
I kicked the one pile
But
that
you
was
knocked
being
them
an
over.
asshole.
Yeah, they haven't moved. Pretty sure they're completely.
Neat.
I'm just gonna proceed to the other portal.
Yep.
Okay, so as you're walking through this corridor,
Also, I don't see any tokens.
We don't need
you don't
them.
have tokens right now.
Okay.
We're only passing through.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking through this corridor, it suddenly starts getting colder.
I
Why is it
look
getting
back.
cold?
Do I see a dragon head sticking out of the portal?
No. You see ice forming around the portal that you just came through. And it
Guess
is
we're not going
spreading
back that way.
rapidly.
We should go. Now.
I just shrug. We did what we came for. There's no reason to be upset.
Yep. I quickly start moving the leaf.
I follow
Right.
Kayam.
So who's going through the portal first?
I will.
I'll follow.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Lauren.
Yeah?
You head through the portal, and as you step out the other side, you realize that you are standing at the top where it was to begin with.
Is the rope from earlier still there?
No, because that was attached to Cayenne.
No, you find yourself stood at the top of this portal, and you just had a sudden feeling of, does anyone else remember this?
Cayenne probably does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Basically, are you guys giving him time to get out the way?
Yes.
And how long do you think you're going to give him? I'm down the other side.
A minute.
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
I was
He's
going
not
to
a
say
monk,
5
so
seconds.
he can't just jump. Well, he could. It's probably going to end badly for him, though.
3
How
turns.
far was this drop again?
It's enough to kill you if you fall.
I backpedal through the portal.
Because none of
and
you
I'm
have
like,
You're all effectively on a D8 hit points right now.
yeah.
Oh, we haven't healed yet. Oh.
Yeah,
I back through the pedal through the portal.
or back into the tunnel, or
Yep. And I'm like, Cayenne, I need your help. I
Kaya-
can't get down from here.
hang on a second.
Someone's
Zoho,
out there.
are you being serious with the 5 seconds?
No.
Okay. So
Why would I be serious about that?
I was just double checking. before I start saying shit. So, Thorin reappears back in the corridor briefly after exiting, and just before the next one was about to head through.
I proceed
Lauren,
to ask.
You can see facing towards the group that ice is getting closer rather quickly.
I
Why?
immediately respond with, "Oh, we need to go." Cayenne, can you help me? I can't get down that ice wall on the other side by myself, and we really need to go. I point at the ice.
It's not Mouse. Relax.
I
Zoho,
think
you might want to
Rick,
go
is
first, since you
ill.
can land safely.
Zoho shrugs. Okay.
She can glide with. She can glide with Kaite. You can turn into a squirrel.
Yep.
So Zoho go first.
Yes.
Okay, so you head through the portal and presumably do the monk thing of just dropping down and not caring,
Yeah.
making way for the next person.
Mm-hmm.
What's
I guess with Squirrel and Puck, it and Dwarf on my back, I just go through the port. I'll try to climb down.
do you have a form left?
Yeah, I have one form left.
Okay.
I was actually gonna
So-
pop it before I got downed.
Okay, just checking. Yeah. So we go with what is slowly turning into the taxi driver tactic for climbing.
I don't have a choice.
You hurriedly head through the portal, and once you're all out on the other side, you turn around. Like, if you turn around to look at the portal, you see the portal on this side freezing over, and
Oh my gosh.
ice starts protruding from it.
I'm guessing those dragons really didn't like us, or that dragon didn't like us very much.
Well, there has to be a reason why they had to. Why they're not here.
Can yeah? Can we get down from here, please?
I'm carrying you down, chill. Actually, I think God said we were on the floor.
Yeah, I'm saying you're on the floor.
Okay.
I'm
I
saying
get
you were
down off
fast
of,
enough 'cause you didn't
Cayenne's
really
back.
hesitate. As you turn around and look at the portal, the ice seems to start forming out of it and effectively creates a large ice. I want to say spire, but it's not really coming out the floor. Giant icicle seems to be pointing out the portal with many jagged edges.
That would be hard to break. Clearly, that's what got my father earlier. That dragon obviously didn't take too kindly to him. Which begs the question, how far did he get? Ugh.
Yeah,
As you, as you say that out loud or think that to yourself, whichever, that crystal shatters.
what?
Leaving nothing
Oh,
behind.
Moments after Thorin's like thinking about his or saying about his father and like that must be what got him. That giant crystal that forms shatters,
No more portal?
and shards of ice are flung across the area. There's merely a hole in the wall up there now.
No more portal. Guess we can't go back there. Wherever we were.
Are you sure you want to know wherever that was?
Don't you find it curious?
Well, yes, but we forget.
You're in- I would have assumed one of your intellect would have found it curious.
I do,
Yeah.
but given the legends in the past of dragons and dwarves, I don't know if it's a good thing that that was there.
Hmm.
Some
Tech-
He looks to Rill. Rill, what do you think? Where we were?
Well knows.
You do?
Not want to talk about it.
Technically, since I interacted with that one, I could just contact it whenever.
Very well.
Are you
Anyways,
sure about that?
Doesn't it have to
Let's-
Kyan doesn't know.
realm?
Kyan doesn't know if she can actually do it. She just knows that it meets the requirements of sending.
Rel knows, but she doesn't want to talk about it. Partly because it makes my life a lot easier. Because I don't know if Psycho wanted to talk about it.
probably not.
let's just not bring it up. In any case, we should head back over the mountain range now that we have what we came for.
We should probably also try and find out about Lumi at this point. At least to make sure she's okay before we go back.
We don't. I'm not sure if we have many rations to do that, Thorn.
We have enough. We have enough of mammoth meat. We just need to cook it.
With what wood?
A dragon!
I don't think Kayate is at that age to breathe fire.
Don't need to. We could grill it off her scales.
I'm just.
I feel like Kaite is giving you a look right now.
Meanwhile, Kyan is just going to.
I'm
I am
kidding.
guilty.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I just like. I end up laughing at Otto. You want to make our resident small dragon angry?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, she may be young, but dragons are intelligent, and don't forget.
The memory of an elephant. Memory akin to an elephant.
We don't know
Mind
what an
you.
elephant is, remember?
We know what a mammoth
Don't know
is.
what you didn't know what a mammoth was.
Now we do.
There was no mention of elephants before.
Okay. No. Well, let's continue forward and find a place to make camp that's safely away from here.
I mean, we could also just rest here. It's a cave.
Agreed. It's not getting colder, right?
Nope.
And I say we should stay here because we didn't get any encounters in this area.
That we know of. Either way, we should still hold watches just to be careful. Just
Sure.
because we haven't encountered anything doesn't mean it's perfectly safe.
Well, I'd set up a tent, but I can't.
Why?
One of the mammoths.
It's a hat
What?
now, that's why.
The baby
Why
mammoth
the
is
mammoths
around.
stole
Somewhere
it?
out in the wild, there is a mammoth with a hat.
I forgot about that. It's been a while. Oh.
Alright. So, you effectively rest in this area for the night. There's no problems with that.
Mhm.
When you all awake in whatever time and whatnot,
So
we
long
are
rest.
going to head into. Let's speed up. Hopefully, speed up a bit, mode.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Great. Here's what
Oh.
Kyan's doing.
Me to quarterstaff.
So
Oh.
me with the picking spell while they walk.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
good idea. He pulls out his fishing rod too.
Right. So
Uh,
right before we actually go into this, gonna try and do this slightly different for long journeys and whatnot. Not sure how well this
I could
will
just do
go.
that.
Could we?
Right? Can we not spam things and just pay attention to the guy who's telling you how things are gonna work? Right,
Okay.
Okay.
now? Right. So you at least have enough stuff to get you back across the first leg of your journey across the tundra. That's what the mammoth meat and stuff you took for.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I'm gonna. So presumably you're going to head across the tundra. Jump in and correct me if you feel like you want to do something else. So I believe the current plan is head across the tundra to the mountains.
Mhm.
Part 2 will be to cross the mountains,
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then from there you have a couple of options. You
Um,
can either
That's
You
also
can
the
either
options.
head towards Barada along the alongside the mountains, similar to what you did before to get here when Lumi led you this way. Or you can head to Carnell in as straight a line as possible.
which is closer?
Garter.
Barada is closer,
But we haven't been to
saying,
Carnell in a while.
or there's option 3. You throw caution to the wind and do something out of the blue, and I'll probably have to big shit up as we go on.
I vote we head back to Carnell. It's been a while since we've reported into the guild.
What about making sure
I don't
Lumi's okay?
She's probably fine.
I vote Baradur because I have a few questions for the lawkeeper after the incident with my father.
Hi, Lumi. You good?
What? Oh, right, sending.
Okay,
You forgot we had that.
I'm good.
Hey, you forget half of the things we have sometimes
Straight.
too.
In my head.
I
She
think
knows
this
it's
is
Cayenne.
why I'm the one with the journey. Oh,
Yeah,
she's
but I
good?
don't think she's not really used to like you talking in her head. I feel like sending is like when you phone someone up, your voice sounds different for no apparent reason other than the fact that that technology fucks with it.
Fair. Okay, right. Gotta remember.
You have to put on your sending voice, Kaya.
Right. Also have to remember, or need to tell the person, and that it's me using a spell. Apparently Lumi's good.
I give a thumbs up.
Will she be
do-
joining us, or will she be staying where she is?
I didn't ask that. I could, but we have the issue. That we don't know a direct route to Carnell other than just a direction. And at least we know how to get to Baradur and then follow a river.
This is where I
Yes.
should probably explain a little more.
Hmm?
So, I'm basically breaking it down into 3 parts, and I'm doing. I guess it's similar to what we did in 4E a long time ago. Not you guys. When I say we, I don't mean you guys. I mean me playing 4E. They had like a group check, and you require so many passes before so many fails. And I'm going to do, and we'll do 1 for each section. So 1 crossing the tundra, 1 for crossing the mountains, and then 1 for based on your choice, basically.
Well, if Lumi's okay, Otto votes to go to Cardinal because he doesn't really want to deal with the dwarves anymore.
I just dead-eyed
I-
stare at Otto. I want to know if the lockkeeper knows anything about my father.
Half of them are lying to us, and the other half wants us dead. I give him a dead-ass stare right back.
I mean,
I also vote return to Cornell. We need to report into the guild anyways.
you can write it. You can write him a letter, and we can eventually go back because we know that he's not. You know that your dad's not going there. He's going like further east.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, Cornell it is.
So once you get across the mountains, you want to try and do a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Do let me know if you need assistance writing the letter for him.
I just look at Zoho. I'm not that incompetent at writing.
Very well.
There is something I would like to do along the trip, though. Kai?
Are you asking me or the group? Like
No,
that sounded
you.
like you were
He
asking.
said Kai.
You. I said Kai.
Okay. What is the question, or what are you wanting to?
The book. I would like to continue to decipher the whole thing.
So you mean like while you're doing watches and things, that kind of downtime?
Yeah, during the trip.
The short bits of downtime, look at different bits of the book and try and decipher the old dwarvish and shit that's in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Besides, I also have to figure out stuff to do with the ore that I have. Because I still haven't thought of anything yet. I forget how much I had left. 7.5 pounds of refined mithril. Oh, jeez.
right. So, actually, while I look this up, I will give you the next task for you guys. So,
13
the
checks.
way. Right. So, across the tundra, you've got enough meat to make it. Hopefully. So, I would like, if you get really stuck with this, don't worry about it, let me know. While I'm looking this stuff up for Josh, so I'm ready with that, I would like for you to think about what skills other than survival you might be able to apply to your journey.
Perception.
And that will kind of be the skill. If you can justify why that would be useful and how you would use it on the journey, that will be the skill you can roll for the check. So if you can justify the reason, if you have a good reasoning behind it and it makes sense, you can use that skill for the check, thereby possibly boosting your. Like I'll line up the stuff based on your ideas. Right?
Okay.
Now, if I give you a couple of minutes to think and discuss that while I'm looking up this stuff ready for Josh, because that's what he wants to do that on, like,
I'm
watches
making.
and things.
Sorry, I'm making more work for you.
And Josh also has to think of this. I want people. Maybe we can get creative. I'll give you a straight up example just for a bit of, like, if it's a journey that you have taken before, like this one of you might pick history, as in trying to recall the route to retrace the route backwards, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Like, try to remember the landmarks and stuff in the order that you found them in. And then I would allow you to roll history for the check instead of just bog standard roll.
Yeah.
Get me?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
I mean, I can bring anything to the table.
Holy
Or
crap, the chat, bro.
way you could think about is if you feel like there's a job role while traveling that your group would fulfill. Like, I know before, like, Zoho, when you were in that weird mess of the maze forest, getting Sabakaze, you kind of, like, worked out as a scout, went ahead, and then double backed and stuff. That kind of thing. Right.
Wait, what was the part with the Sabakaze? I catch that.
You being a scout and then kind of
You can
scouting
you can,
ahead and coming back.
Yeah, you can think of it as like a job role as well. Like back then, it's like you figured out that if you linked up together, you were able to go around and figure out which was the correct path and stuff, and then everyone regrouped and then went. It would make the journey slower, but also at the same time possibly safer.
Yeah.
Those kind of ideas. What did I? Let's see what I sent you before.
Well, I got a +6 in history. I don't know if anybody else has a better.
It's not about that, dude. It's about what you think.
What you think your character could bring to it as an individual.
It's not about your specific stats and how high they are.
Yeah. Well,
Cayenne,
Thorin's used to wandering around ever since his home was burnt down, and remembering the route because he has to. So, I'd be okay to like keep an eye out for landmarks and that.
Cayenne
More-
can. Sorry, thought you were done.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Cayenne can only bring perception, insight, arcana, and survival into the situation unless she uses her magic to bring in anything else, really. So,
Survival
Eh,
is
like,
something
about-
Thorin sucks at.
she could bring in athletics, acrobatics, history as well if need. But it won't be as good as Thorin's.
You were gonna say something, Mouse?
In terms of Zoho, acrobatics, insight, investigation, and religion. Those are the four he's most proficient in.
Yeah. The ones I'm most.
It doesn't necessarily have to be something you're proficient with.
Yeah.
In his case, he's more wanting to play it safe, so he would probably be more investigate and analyze true intentions of anyone or anything they might come across before coming to a decision.
So scout, basically.
More or less.
Okay, I figured. Yeah, no, I mean, Thorin, like I said, he's good at remembering landmarks and kind of being able to travel, read a map, adjust. He's obviously proved he's good at investigating things, and he has to be.
Then maybe we
understand
should
it.
get Thor. Maybe we should get Thorin a set of cartographer supplies.
Oh, God. Why would you do that to me?
Because you said he was good at reading a map.
He is. He also has the compass and everything else, too.
Then he and Zoho could work together and draw maps. Where they been?
I would need an hour to make the tools every day.
You can make them on your downtime, yes.
Yeah. They're only good for a day, though.
Then the
I-
first thing we do when we get back to town is find some cartographer supplies.
I thought you had some.
No,
He
I
has
have
art
calligrapher
supplies.
and painter.
Oh.
I have art supplies.
Shit. I thought someone in the group had some.
No,
Okay. Ouch.
I have this.
Guess you spot. Oh, hey, let's just serenade the mountain as we go, and anything we come across.
Devil went down to Georgia. What's the deal?
Oh, good. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but that's kind of funny.
Yeah, meanwhile, I have two things from Kai that I need, because one of them is a concern. And Kai knows the concern. He reminded me of it today. Bastard.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you want my highest ones, my highest in Fae, you may hate me for this. But Arcana, History, and
We're not doing
Investigation...
it about numbers, guys.
I know. I'm just saying, those are my highest ones.
If you look at the highest one and can go, oh, I can justify that, then you may attempt to justify that.
Yeah.
But like
I
Turf
can't
said,
re-
it's not necessarily about numbers. It's about what do you
what's
feel
actually...
your character could contribute to the idea of surviving
Yeah.
long journeys, rather than me just rolling random dice and shit for you guys.
No, History, Perception, and Investigation is where I come in handy.
I can.
Because of Thorin's previous experience traveling. Arcana, what the frick am I going to use it for?
Magic.
I have a +6, Faye. It still means nothing. I'm not a spellcaster per se. I'm kind of the jack of all trades.
Well, I can bring in. I can bring in an athletics if I spam borrowed knowledge.
Good, you can help me wrestle the tents when it gets really bad out. Terp,
Yeah,
are you gonna bring
I'm
anything to the
thinking.
table?
I'm thinking. I could keep an eye out for landmarks, and I'd probably keep an eye out for animals and stuff for my own personal wants as well.
Do you have anything good in survival? Because Thorin has proven that he sucks ass at survival.
Again, not looking for skills, and I'm going to describe it my way, not your way.
Let him cook.
Kyle also stated that excluding survival,
Oh yeah, that's true.
so we
Mhm.
don't really need to worry about it.
Don't have to persuade anything or perform for anything.
Anyways,
I can
I'll
boost
be
my. Sorry.
I'll be keeping an eye out for landmarks and pointing it out to people who have a better memory than I do. And also probably use my animal forms to maybe pick up the scent of paths that we might have taken, specifically once we get to the mountainous area, because we've been all over these lands and we might cross over some of our old paths and get a little confused if we do it here.
Yeah.
I can also like if for some odd reason ever need it boost my intimidation. And do this.
I do have a little notebook and pencil, so I can take notes for the map. Until I have proper set of tools too.
Oh, and also keep an eye out for ingredients if there are any, like, not masa. Gosh,
You
what is
probably
that?
would only find moss.
Yeah, no,
Lichen.
yeah, no. I'm using moss as an example. Moss and what is the other like?
Lichen.
Yeah, lichen. There we go. Thank you.
Don't shush me. I'm trying to help.
I didn't shush you. I said lichen. Thank you. I did not say shush at all. I was adjusting myself. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think it was just leaning back.
I am getting. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. There's no one else left, Kai.
That's okay. I'm still writing notes.
Okay.
Well, copying the things ready to fill in on Josh.
Oh,
but- okay.
jeez.
So you ready? You've made your decisions for your first leg of the journey, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah, Cayenne would be.
I'll just go through in turn order. Ask you what do you want to use and what your reasoning is. So Otto, because I'm gonna have to do a roll myself. What skill do you think your character would skills your character would contribute, and why, for traveling across the tundra?
Well, seeing he's just pretty good at picking up details and landmarks, he'd probably be keeping an eye out for that kind of thing. As well as looking for any signs of, maybe they've traveled across this way before.
So, what skill is in that relation to?
Perception.
Alright, so you want to roll perception to spot prior landmarks and previous travel,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Cayenne?
Cayenne for this leg of the journey would just be using Borrowed Null. It's as much as she can to do athletics to give a boost for just being able to help people climb the mountain, stick to the ice, etc. If there is any.
So not at the mountain passing page, but you mean like you want to impart your knowledge on how to like keep pace and stuff is what I'm translating that through.
Whatever athletics would do. Because otherwise, perception.
Are you proficient with athletics?
With borrowed knowledge, I am.
Ah, right. Okay, so that's where the borrowed. Okay, so the way I kind of interpret it is sort of like you using borrowed knowledge to like
I contact something
information on like from some wild blue yonder. I can't remember exactly how borrowed knowledge works. I know it's basically borrowed knowledge.
I contact a
Yeah,
ghost.
Temporarily hopefully contacting someone that knows how to deal with lengthy journeys in harsh wilderness
Yeah.
of the snowy variety that you can then bring like into the group.
Yeah, otherwise you would be bringing survival if needed.
So kind of like tips on how to like get stragglers to keep up and stuff like that.
Or just pick Thor, by his head and just keep walking.
Pick me up on my head. What the hell, man?
That is also a possibility. Just carry the little guy.
Would you rather your beard?
No. Nobody touches my beard, damn it.
Would you rather me dangle you by your feet?
I
Okay.
just stare at Cayenne at this point with an ugly look. I'm gonna murder him if he tries.
Alright, Zoho.
Her.
Good, cut on.
Yes.
Have you got a skill you would like to input? And how?
Do I have a skill? Well, I mean, I could teach them how not to slip on the ice with my skills in acrobatics. I mean, that's probably what Cayenne was doing, maybe. No, I think it was more keeping pace.
Yeah, Cayenne seems
Zoho-
to be more with helping people keep pace and not get tired out and things, like stamina management kind of thing.
Well, with Zoho, he's teaching and to keep balance and not slip. Like, don't put too much weight on one foot when you're traveling across ice.
Put one
foot
foot in front of the other.
Oh, I get
Something
what
like-
you mean. It's all like, yeah, there's gonna be like icy terrain and shit. It's all like there's gonna be
Learn to transfer your weight
There-
carefully.
learn
Yeah.
learn how to do the whole keep your arms out, keep your feet together as if if it was a tightrope, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all about keeping your center of balance.
Center of gravity.
Yeah, center of
Center of
gravity.
gravity. Amen.
Yeah, I can see how that could work. in the current situation. And Foreign?
Oh.
Should I roll
Oh.
acrobatics?
No.
Not yet.
I'm going with history here, just to and basically keeping an eye out for the landmarks and kind of teaching them how to properly recognize that, and kind of
It's
recognize
not really about
distances.
recognizing, but yeah, like remembering landmarks and stuff you've passed. Similar to Otto, but different method.
You're doing it to
Yeah.
remember. I'm pointing them out.
And kind of doing it in a way that to show them like this is how you memorize it and see how far it is, so you can properly map it out if you ever have to.
That would be delving a bit too far into an actual teaching thing, but yes, history for yourself, remembering which, like, did we go this way around the lake or that way around the lake? Oh, that, I remember passing that tree 5 miles back. The general history works.
Yeah.
I know there's no trees currently in the well, there's a couple, but you haven't come across them.
No, I would just be like, oh look, there's that boulder we passed, 2 hours ago.
And I'll have Rel do generic survival, but it's actually more based on the fact that she is like a hunter, so knows about like tracking and whatnot. And someone's usually going to end up having to roll survival on something at some point in time. So this is the current list I have. Don't know why that's a little A, but whatever. So, if you would now like to roll your skill that you mentioned.
Ah, for fuck's sakes.
Why am I not surprised?
Jesus Christ.
Ow.
Well,
Fucking
someone had to get the really good roll.
Oh wait, I have to. I need to do a roll. I have to remember
Also,
to do
holy
roll.
shit, +7.
Dude,
What am I
I've got +8 in nature.
Yeah, but that makes that for both of you. That
I
makes
can- yeah.
sense, though.
That comes into handy for other things.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, as a group, you have successfully passed. This means effectively this stretch of the journey goes unhindered. I can forget about that bit of my notes and concentrate on this bit of my notes. Okay. So, where's my tundra bit? Here we go. So, after coming up with your plan of travel to try and get across the tundra based on your current supplies and knowledge and what you can remember as you traveled on the way here, you first fumble your way through that annoying ass ice room that you all forgot about, where you end up having to spend a bunch of time sliding around as you are not able to go back the same way you came.
Of course.
That's right.
But that is just a time-based thing and figuring out over time. And once you manage to succeed getting through there, you head out into the canyon and using your tried and trusted method of Squirrel and Cayenne, you as a group managed to successfully climb and reach the top. And you manage to do all of this just after lunch.
Oh my gosh.
And then you and then
I
you
realized one of the spells I could learn that would make that easier is polymorph.
and you start heading off. Well, sorry. And as you find yourself at the top of the canyon, looking across the bare landscape of the tundra ahead of you, you take a moment to figure out which way you actually came from, like journey-wise. The easy bit was remembering to climb out the right side of the canyon. You came up in a different place to where you went down, but you were able to successfully kind of like point out a couple of things that you noticed on the horizon and that can lead you back to in the general direction of the way you came to begin with. As you spend the next, I believe it's going to be 11, 12 days traveling across the tundra. Cayenne. You have
Yes.
an annoyance. As you're traveling, you've got one of those annoying little headaches. The niggly one. That slight throbbing that just won't go away. Starts to develop as you travel.
Okay.
Could you roll a d4?
A D4.
Oh no, who's trying to get a hold of him now? Or her?
I don't know. I sent a message to Thorn's dad. I haven't heard back.
Okay. As you travel across the tundra, over the course of the days and nights, where you set up camp in like any kind of sheltered area you can that can keep you away from the worst of the weather as it goes through its normal cycle of ups and downs.
Lefts and rights.
Being out in the open, you're continuously kind of. It's not a harsh breeze, like not a harsh wind, but it's like a strong breeze, and with the chill behind it, like it just takes a little bit out of you as you travel.
Right.
But you've all got your cold weather gear, you've all got your set, and over the 11 days, you are able to navigate via. You managed to first. Sorry.
Sorry. Did we already go through the mammoth meat during those 11 days?
The mammoth meat will last you for the 11 days to get you across the tundra. That's what it was. The amount that you could carry would get you across the tundra and back again.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're on the mountains and stuff, you kind of. Then it gets a bit difficult with the rationing and stuff because I don't know how much each person has and stuff.
12 left.
12.
17.
So, hopefully, though, it's enough to get over the mountains to somewhere where you might be able to.
I only have 12 left.
Start making up. Yeah, because once you're over the mountains, there'll be more like opportunities to survive for food and things. So it takes you roughly 11 days navigating the tundra. As you do, you don't repeat the exact path that you took here, but but based on like the horizon line of the mountains and that when you can see them and the few things you remembered on your travel journey with landmarks and stuff, you takes you 11 days to cross the tundra, effectively going via the stones, and then kind of you don't quite get back to like where you initially came across the Goliath's camp, but you kind of like are able to retrace some of the route that you took in that general direction before heading off more directly for the area of the mountains that you recognized coming across to begin with. Unfortunately for Cayenne, that headache, that niggly little headache, stays with you for the entire 11 days.
Free.
And it's still there as you reach the foot of the mountains, going into the next part of the journey. Which is where we will now basically now we're kind of rinse and repeat to somewhat, but now you've got to deal with the mountains and a large amount of climbing and navigating the mountains, and you'll effectively may or may not be able to take the same route that you came. So it comes like we can have a bit more of a discussion in the sense of, do you feel like so the kind of perception thing may not really work this time around because you haven't got the same setup you had before, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like acrobatics for Zoho could still be handy once you reach the top, because you're not necessarily ice and stuff, but like there's parts of the mountain where it like gets really narrow and things, so maybe Zoho still wants to focus on the balance thing.
Yeah. And also loose snow.
Yeah, things like that. It's like
I'm still
What?
focusing on history, because now I definitely have to remember where we were before to make this easier.
right, so you want to still focus on history and remember the way you came to get here.
Yeah, because this is even more important now that we're going up into the mountains.
Okay, so you want to keep the same. Zoho, you want to stick with acrobatics? Try something else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense. It's still relevant.
Oh.
Cayenne?
Cayenne can either stick with athletics or like sleight of hand to help with where to grab if like climbing up rock face. Otherwise, that's about it. Other than like boosting investigation. So I don't really know.
I should note that Otto will not be able to stay in squirrel form for long enough for this whole journey.
Obviously.
So, yes, the whole sleight of hand could actually work this time, because you could, like, use your... You're not worried about falling and stuff yourself, but you still would have ideally, like, you would be able to find, like, footholds and things that Otto and other people could use to navigate.
And prestidigitation, and it's some glowing orange.
Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, you could technically mark key areas. Like, don't grab the red rock.
Don't
Okay.
grab the purple mongoose. I don't know why it's purple.
So, what's Otto going to bring to the table? Otto is kind of...
Figure out right now.
Meanwhile, I'm going to also try and figure out what Rill could work with.
Yeah. So, does nature only deal with animals and stuff, or just overall locales?
I think it would
Nature
also
is
do with locales.
nature, as in it's kind of it's like it's knowledge about the region, so it's not necessarily dealing with animals, but like it would cover like basics like don't go into a bear's cave where it's hibernating.
Don't grab that
Kind-
branch because it's not actually being held up by dirt.
Yeah, it would be like that, but for you, you're accustomed to forest and whatnot, so you may not have enough of the knowledge to deal with the mountains to that degree. Because that's one where it kind of comes that falls for the like player's handbook ranger problem of you pick your favorite type of terrain,
Yeah.
which is linked to, in your case, usually linked to like where you're from, which in your case is like foresty and stuff, and it works really well for there, but it's kind of shit for everything else.
Oh.
Ow.
Could I use it for my current or recent knowledge of this stuff I've built up?
Roll a history. Not for the survival check, just roll me a history.
I understand. Oh, jeez.
Unfortunately, no. Or at least I think it's a no. Let me just.
Then I'll
double-check
use
what-
my perception to keep an eye out for good handholds and things. Because I got nothing.
Kind of what Cayenne's doing. Bit of
Yeah.
overlap. Right, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have Cayenne roll it, but Cayenne will get advantage, as you can technically still help, even as a squirrel, with her doing the whole like prestidigitating to give clues to people, like once you find stuff out. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Help one another.
Need some help myself soon.
I think I'll have Rill use athletics in the sense of between her and Kaite, she can probably help people with tougher spots, considering even though Kaite can't actually carry someone, having some flappy wings and stuff on you in difficult parts to help keep you upright, kind of handy. Also holding on to being strong enough to hold ropes and stuff when necessary. If that makes sense to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cayenne, you're rolling your one, but with advantage, and everyone else, like,
I was wondering if would Zaha be rolling with advantage, or no?
Can I use a
no.
stamina?
He's
I-
only
I'm
rolling
doing-
with
I-
advantage because he's getting assistance from me.
Yeah, Cayenne
Oh.
and Otto's kind of overlap, so I'm gonna have Cayenne roll with advantage because
Okay.
Otto's gonna do a bunch of probably squirreling into pockets and stuff. So it makes sense.
Oh,
that
I
they're
didn't
helping.
roll high enough.
Woo!
You don't know what the DC is.
Did I use stamina to reroll?
No, not on a history check.
Shit.
Can I reroll?
Maybe
With
if
the
I work up
stamina?
enough sweat, I can remember this.
That would make sense if it was athletics.
Yeah, no,
It
I'm
makes sense if it's athletics. It's not really.
history thing. Yes, I'm joking. I was joking.
Acrobatics is the dexterity. It's not the physical exertion.
It's more of reaction time. So, can I reroll with a stamina?
Not with a stamina.
Okay.
Because you have to think of it like you could roll a check with your stamina for yourself, but you can't really. This is a group trial.
This is a group project.
I said athletics, didn't I? Okay, so we have. Okay. You want to know how many passes and fails you have, by the way? Is that I'm not sure whether that's a good.
I'm
thing to tell
guessing
you.
2 fails, 3 passes.
Other way around.
Oh.
No. Was the DC a 20?
No, it's 15.
Wait, what?
It's just a mod.
3 passes, 2 fails.
No, it's 3 fails, 2 passes.
What?
Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, I was about
No,
to say.
this roll's confusing.
Yeah, I
me.
was
We're
about
rolling
to
for
say,
4 people, aren't we?
Technically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you're technically helping. Hang
Yeah.
on. I need to figure out.
Yeah.
How to do this.
I just rolled because I thought that I needed to.
No, I need to redo my math because I need to find out what the average is with 4 rather than.
Okay.
Because in theory it should. I think it's meant to be slightly easier. So. If I actually for now I'm just gonna knock it down by 1 default one. So what we got?
It did the maths.
11. We got 3 passes then. Okay. No, it's not.
It. Sorry, guys.
It's
fine.
not. It's not that. It's not basic averages. I just say averages for the lack of wording.
He means average
In
passing.
theory, I need to. In theory, because there's like the base I set for is for 5 people rolling, which but I've done it based on having 5 separate rolls, which doesn't work when I'm giving someone advantage because they overlap.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go and figure out a proper way of dealing with that. So for now, I'm just going to knock it down 1 level, which would give you 3 passes rather than 3 failures. So nobody falls off the cliff. Good job, guys. So, you spend the first. You spend. It takes effectively 2 days climbing to make it to the upper parts of the mountain range where it's less climbing and more traversing. Not a flat terrain, but
Plateau.
it's not a flat. It's jagged. There's little patches where it flattens out for a bit and stuff. And you've also find yourself unable to accurately remember the exact path that Numi brought, as time has changed. There was snow has fell.
Yeah.
As you well know, it does that. and the terrain's changed. With the limited time that you spend here, Thorin wasn't able to memorize quite enough details and whatnot to remember this exact path. And you come to a couple of places where it's not actually where you think it was the way you came down, but it doesn't look like you can go back up. So it takes two days effectively to get up to the top where you're in the peaks. And as you traverse the upper limits of the mountain range that you find yourself heading up, following it along the ridgeline a bit down, bit up. Similar to how you got here, but in uncharted terrain. And here it's a bit cold. It's even colder up here. You find yourselves kind of huddled together on the night times, and words, please come to me. That was it. You're even more open to the wind lashing at you, but fortunately you don't come across any, there's no storms or anything that seem to hit the mountain range while you're traversing. And going down is usually a lot easier than going up. So it effectively takes you a grand total of 4 days to traverse the mountains. Up 2 days up, about a day traversing the upper regions, looking for ways down, and going down is faster, so that only takes 1 additional day, and you find yourself where you come to rest at the end of that day on the lower reaches of the mountains, where you'll be making camp, and you'll be planning out your next part of your journey, because you said you wanted to go directly towards Carnell. Correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we can... and as for Cayenne...
Do I need to make another D4?
I would like you to make a wisdom save,
Oh, God.
as this headache has been getting worse as you've crossed the mountain.
Oops.
Ow, my...
Still,
What was the
still-
first one?
17, so 20.
20.
Right, okay, noted. I'm gonna need that. So, you're now into, we'll call it stage 3. As you're not heading to Barada, the fact that you have come down the mountain in a slightly different place to... Actually, you're probably about a day's out compared to where you went up to begin with, thinking about it. At least. If you're not heading towards Barada, you're heading towards
Carnell.
Carnell.
Southeast.
So I need you guys to figure out how many rations you have, and I need to go calculate.
Took
the-
us about 5 days to do the mountain.
So,
5 days to
4
do the
days.
mountain.
So
Sorry, how many days?
it was 4
4.
days. 2 up,
Okay.
1 traversing the upper limits, and then effectively 1 down.
So 8. I have
Yeah.
8 rations
Most
left.
of us have 8 left.
I have 13.
I did say most.
So So, hang on. How many did you say, Otto?
8.
Foreign?
8.
Zoho?
8.
I feel like a lot of people brought the same amount.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cayenne Badarash is in the assumption that she was still going to be required to eat 2 per day.
So I suspect there's more rations on Kaya.
Yeah, I have 13. I have 5 more than them.
I still have a bit of cheese.
You have a grand total of 40 rations between everybody. Which divided by 5 is 8 days worth of travel on your rations alone. Right, how long is the journey? I should have calculated this before the session. I thought you would go the other way, though I'm an idiot. Never think they're gonna go the other way.
You had it semi-prepped that we would go this direction anyways.
Yeah, but he was hoping we'd go to Baradur. The smart option, or the easy option, rather.
But it's been a long time since we've been to Carnell.
I get the feeling there was something happening in Baradur right now.
I don't care.
Well, you decided to go to Carnell. So, when were you last? Oh god, that was way back time-wise. Ooh, jeez.
Uh-huh.
It's been like 6 months.
No, it hasn't been that long, but it has been like... You've effectively spent a month traveling that tundra, just so you know.
Hopefully my
Yeah.
horse is still there.
Good
You
question.
paid for like 3 months. No, 2 months.
3.
It's been more than 2 months.
I gave him 3.
Yeah.
Right.
We might just get back in time for you to top that up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was the 26th of that month when you were last in Merida, I think. Or is it this one? Okay, no. So, if I'm correct, you left on the 6th of the 6th of the month before. The mountain climb was there. That's 5. Bear in mind, my calendar has a lot more notes for things than yours.
You're fine.
Trying to find... Faye, you did all the notes for this before.
Yeah, I need to go back.
I am trying to figure
update.
out what journey time was spent between Carnell and Merida.
It was a month.
No, it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm talking about specifically. I'm trying to find the bit where, like,
How long did it
travel.
take for us to get from Carnell to Baradur?
It's like max 2 weeks, wasn't it?
No.
Fog. Definitely Lost Woods. Camp.
Journey to Baradur.
Group finally arrived at Merida on
It took us 3 days.
16.
the Owlbear event. Prep for trip.
Oh, I found it. It's the 4th to the 16th. Is the total time taken. So that's 12 days.
So 2 weeks.
Just shy of 2 weeks. So,
I imagine we're going to be foraging out the land. Given the amount of rations we still have.
Well, I mean, we're on the other side of the mountain, but we're not near Barad-dûr. We're nearer Barad-dûr than we are Carnel.
We're only a day out from Barad-dûr.
So as long as we forage for
You're not. You're more than a day out of Barad-dûr.
Oh.
yeah, so we might actually just make it to Carnel before our rations run out. But the first thing we have to do is get our bearings.
I think we were also going upriver.
Yeah, but you were going upriver, so it took longer than it would going down by boat.
Then it would. Okay.
Which is why it took almost 2 weeks, because
I mean,
going
if we
upstream takes longer.
I mean, if we actually do redirect to Barad-dûr, we can just get a boat and go down. Less time.
Then let's go to Barad-dûr and get a boat.
I want my scientific. "13 days. Rough estimate.
If we do this on foot, okay.
Based on so based on the I hate saying based on the basic, it's based on the basic information that you had, based on the journey time that you guys remember traveling from Carnel to Barad-dûr and how long that took, and then from Barad-dûr to where you originally crossed the mountain range. Based on that information, your group estimates it will be about 13 days travel to go straight to Carnel in a straight line.
We could pull that off.
And you have 8 days worth of rations between everyone. However, I'll give you some key facts for information that you guys know. 1. Otto, this is mostly going to be forested areas.
Yep.
You know about forests. That's good for you.
Yeah.
2. Carnel's situated at the top of a giant ass lake where rivers feed in.
We just have to find the waterway.
There you go. You're already on it. So, like, if you can find a waterway, you could effectively
Just follow
follow
it down.
downstream.
And we could use the
They're
waterway
going
for
up,
food too.
However, waterways don't necessarily go in a straight line.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 bits of information. Key part number 3. Just reminder, Thorin has a compass.
And we have fishing rods.
Well, I have fishing tackle. I don't have the rod.
I do.
You bastards robbing that poor dead guy.
He's dead, whatever.
Wow.
Is that what a hermit should say?
No, that's not what my character would say.
So, went to Carnal. This is more of a not necessarily picking out a skill, but how do you think you guys? It's more. I feel like this part of the journey is more a case of how do you want to do this as a group, based on that information you have, not necessarily having a specific, not doing it the other way around. Rather than picking a skill and trying to think of a reason, think of how you would do it, and then we'll decide on the skill based on that.
Zoho having more movement would probably scout ahead of the group to sort of see if there's, any, what's the word? If they may run into any obstacles, if there is any,
Hazards.
any hazards along the road that they may come across. Like bandits, wild animals, the like.
Just to clarify, if you're heading straight towards Carnal, a lot of this is probably not going to be on road.
Gonna be
But
on
yes,
water.
Not necessarily.
Forest.
Yeah.
It's mostly going to be forest. The idea is that you may want to find water and follow that. But there
Yeah,
is
that's
also,
why.
But you are right. There is a chance of road and stuff. So we'll note that there's because you don't actually necessarily know where you'll come out of the forest, and you might want to start by following a bit of road if you find it. So it does warrant some things in regards to keeping an eye out for bandits and shit at certain points, but that's not the journey as a whole.
Otto offers to look for a waterway and make a raft once we get to one.
Mm-hmm.
So your first, I feel like we have to break this one down a little bit more than just one huge trip. So, Otto, you're thinking waterway.
And using a flotation device to speed our arrival.
So your secondary is mode of transport.
It's kind of feeds into the first one, but yeah.
Zoho is generally looking at scouting in some way. Which is not necessarily for bandits, but you can, there are other hazards and stuff you might want to try and keep an eye out before people run into them.
Yes.
Because it's I would presume it's kind of like Zoho heads off at his natural pace is faster than everyone else's. So he goes at that natural pace, and every now and again you kind of break to wait for people to catch up without losing you, and then it's all if you notice a hazard or something, then you can turn around and meet them before you get to said hazard. That kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think that Otto as well. Any ideas for how you would handle the situation, Ryan and Farin?
As history is going to be kind of useless here, and we're in an area I'm completely unfamiliar with. I think I'm going to investigate as we go along to figure out where everything is, and kind of go with that.
Investigate as you go along to figure out.
I'm honestly,
That doesn't make any sense for the
No,
investigating is all I am looking for clues to then lead them away, but at this point in time it's I think what you mean to do, if you mean investigating is all you it is it maybe I don't know, use trying to use the stars on a good day to figure out where you are kind of thing.
I guess
the only
perception
thing
would
that
have been
comes
better.
to my mind with investigation.
I think perception would be better.
Because in
In this
theory, you
case.
could in theory you can combine that that with the compass and shit if you knew how to stargaze properly.
Yeah.
But
You
do
know what,
you
why
know
not?
how? But the question is, does Thorin know how to do stargazing?
I've never thought about that. Probably. I mean, he spent
Right.
30 years on the road wandering around. He would have had to master that so not
Yeah,
to get lost.
But I'm going to point out again. You said 30 years on the road. There's a difference between following roads around to traversing nowhere.
That's fair.
It's like when you're following roads, you don't really look up and pick up the stars and stuff to figure out navigation in that sense. Like, your compass is still handy on roads because it's like when you come to junctions and stuff, you can kind of go, well, I want to be heading east and that's going northeast, so I'll take that turn. But
Yeah.
there is a...
Then no, I will use perception to to be able to perceive my way through the woods. Potentially and hopefully find water. A waterway. I think Otto's
Okay,
idea is going to be the best for this.
You're effectively going to be assisting Otto to begin with.
Yeah, yes.
Cayenne, what's your first?
Cayenne could only do two things: either collect stuff so we could have a fight, or help out with trying to check what we're coming up on, so we don't get like accidentally surrounded by 50 bears.
That's what Zoho's planning.
Right. So
If you come across 50 bears, I'll be very impressed. Would it be a bear nest?
I have no idea. I have no
Accidentally
idea.
walk around the corner and find 50 bears huddled together for winter. It's like, shit.
I don't know. First thoughts would be wood for fire and cooking. Anything that we catch, really.
Just something we are
So,
sorely lacking right now.
So, we could break that down to like Rill's going to do the Rill hunt thing and try it in the sense of hunt for food. Meanwhile, you could do the gathering part in the sense of when you find like dry wood and things, gather it up for when you make camp.
Yeah.
Technically,
that
I'd
would
be aiming for similar things because I am looking for a waterway to both follow and fish from. Because we have the tools for it.
But you're specifically looking for a waterway, not necessarily focusing on
Nope,
picking
I
shit
agree.
up on the way.
I agree. Yep.
So what I'm thinking is, Zoho, yours would be. Yeah, I forgot what Thorin said. Thorin, what did you say again?
Perception, looking for a river, etc.
Oh yeah,
He's helping me.
Right. So
Am I being
I'm
helped?
thinking Zoho's gonna be perception for scouting.
Okay.
Make sure you don't accidentally walk into a ditch or something. I think
Okay.
Otto's gonna do investigation with advantage because you're looking for signs of what that could lead you to a river.
I
You're,
can't use nature to see where specific plants are growing to see the direction of the water.
You didn't say that the first time. Yes,
I-
that could be a good reason to use nature.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I didn't actually say a skill when I was explaining it.
Yeah, that's why I said jump in. Right,
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling with advantage though, because Thorin's going to
Yeah.
assist you, and I'll have a separate survival from Cayenne and Rill because
Well, being survival, it's
it's
two
your
different
basic
things.
survival stuff, but you're looking at two separate
I don't have I don't have proficiency in perception.
Finally, a strength of mine.
Why is this wood wet?
Yeah, but you have to remember, at this point, we're looking at it all
Oh.
breakdown, so...
Oh fuck.
it's- Okay, so... I was kidding.
You guys are hopeless without me in a forest.
Oh god. Okay. This is gonna
Real
go-
flubbed.
Yeah, real flop, which was surviving.
Oh no.
Surprising. And Zoho kind of flopped with perception.
It's not proficient in perception.
Right.
Real Kanazoho.
Okay. Okay. I figured it out. I need to go back to my calendar so I can actually keep track of this properly. So. The first 2 days are going uneventful. As you, like, make your plan, come up with your, like, discuss the whole, like, finding water, following the rivers down, because you know that would effectively should lead you to Carnell. Right. Right. So, you travel 2 days in, and unfortunately, we can kind of blame this on the time of year. It is middle of winter. It is cold. There is snow covering the canopy in areas that you come across that open, where the sunlight catches fine, but like the plant life and stuff is like diminished, and as such, the wildlife has gone into hibernation and stuff, meaning Rill is struggling to actually find food in the sense of hunting critters. Cayenne, you are able to successfully, as you're traveling, gather enough bits and pieces for like to keep fires and stuff for the night, and this is a warm welcome by the group, as it's been a long time since you've had any proper heat.
Aside from Cayenne just walking with a bunch of meat.
And it does help bring that flavor back into the rations that you have now been living on for a fair while.
Melted cheese.
Hey,
I'm
Otto, we
just-
have this thing called cheese on toast.
Yep.
Holy shit. It's not really toast, it's more like biscuit, but it's close enough.
Melted cheese, Gromit.
God, if Zyko was here, she would be telling you to fuck off.
The good news is, Otto, you have a feeling you might be onto where you might find a water source based on your findings as you've been traveling. Taking mental note of like what flowers seem, well, not flowers, but what plant life seems to be currently thriving, and general like patterns
Yep.
that say that like not necessarily water's here, but like
We're in the right area.
a covered up game trail which may lead to a water source. It's a bit faint because it's like, as I said, stuff is mostly in hibernation, but the few things that are around are possibly using it, and you know, a key part of staying alive is water.
Mhm.
And this is where you kind of like put your plan in, start putting more of that plan into action for the following day. Luckily for you, because of this, Soho, no accidents have happened. But you haven't. You feel like you're Your sense to your surroundings in the enclosed spaces of the trees and stuff has been a bit dulled by the long travel out in the open.
You're off your game, bro.
Meh.
But fortunately, no accidents have happened. I would like Cayenne to make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Aw, shit. Here we go again.
As this headache does not want to go away.
Meanwhile, Turf just fucking probably killing me.
What?
Or not.
Ah!
It's another 17.
Why
Roll the
is that
dice.
labeled December 2nd?
Because that's the new sheet.
Uh...
I copied the character on D&D Beyond.
No, I understand.
So I have
So-
a backup.
So,
So,
on day 3, you head out with a more determined path to find the water source. This is no fun. This is no fun, Cayenne.
Ow.
You successfully find your water source.
Yay!
You come across. You won't be able to use a boat, but you find effectively a stream that is currently being fueled by the small amounts of snow melt that seem to be ongoing.
So it's not deep enough to make a raft and flow down the water.
No, it's not a river or anything.
Okay. It's
There's
like a
enough
brook.
there, like that there's enough there that it can show you the way,
Okay.
and it's flowing, but it's very, very minor amount, and it's clear to see that this is nowhere near its normal flow rate. It would never reach to the size to require a boat, but it's all like a good foot of trench, but there's only like an inch wide stream of water meandering its way down slowly.
Hmm.
But it does give you the directions that you need.
Yay.
So we're heading that way.
So you start heading downwards, following this water source from now on. Sorry, I'm just checking calendar. Okay. So, Cayenne, as
Mhm.
you and the group travel what is now going to be referred to as downstream.
Yep.
It's been I think it's 2 weeks now.
About, yeah.
11, 4,
And 3.
so about 2 weeks and a half.
Yeah. This annoyance that you've been kind of fighting, you've effectively been fighting it off in the sense of it's annoying and you know it's there, but it isn't really causing you any pain.
I answered the phone call. Hello?
You're a bit more relaxed, the group's a bit more relaxed and you're not really thinking about
Survival. You're not tense.
survival at the moment while you have this is the direction. We know we've got X amount of days rations to work. We're not really.
You've got
we
breathing
don't
space
feel-
now.
We don't feel that stress, and that stress starts to relieve.
Why
That-
is this headache still fucking here?
Throbbing in your head that
Mhm.
you're referring to as a message that
been self-consciously resisting.
Cayenne collapses to the ground.
Oh no!
The group's just traveling, and all of a sudden,
Flop.
throbbing in your head, Cayenne.
Cayenne
Suddenly-
drops like a puppet whose strings have just been cut.
Feels like it pops all of a sudden.
Cayenne? He turns
Pain
to see
rushes.
Cayenne is...
Pain rushes
Cayenne!
to your head, and you just drop in front, like within the group.
Cayenne! Soho kneels down to check her. Cayenne? Cayenne!
Zoho. She might explode.
Does it look like I can, Thorn? Otto.
Put hand to forehead, lifting their head off the ground, the cold ground,
How does this work? She's made of goo.
checking their pallor, stuff like that.
Don't worry about it. Otto, there's no fever, no sense of, like, there's no fever, she's not cold. It's not like you tweak open the eyelids to see her pupils, her eyes are just roll back.
I am gonna ask Thordrak for
Pulse.
advice here.
Wait, you said there's a pulse?
Yes.
How does that work? She doesn't have...
I have to just describe. You gotta like you may be
Chill.
but there's still stuff flowing around you. And
You're
shit when
you're a slime, but you're also assuming the form of a different race. It would
it's
make
not necessary. It might not be blood, but you still gotta distribute that food and shit you've eaten around to the
Yeah.
various
Fair.
food that's in you.
Oh dear, they're
Let me
giblets.
de-stress, fool. Let me de-stress, because I don't know what the fuck you're doing to me.
For all intents and purposes, she seems to be fine, but she clearly collapsed. I look at the sky. How long have we been going for this day?
Good question. We'll say you're mid-afternoon.
Well, we can either carry her or make camp here and see if she gets better overnight.
You want to try? I guess we could try, but
Would you like to carry her instead?
I just look at Otto. You want me, the smallest person in the group, to carry someone?
Oh, no. I don't expect you to carry her alone. And it's not that hard if you know what to do. All you need is a couple of sticks, a sheet of some kind, and we can make a stretcher. It makes it a lot easier to carry people.
Or you could carry her on one of your backs. I would recommend Otto because he's the strongest. Because physically, he's the strongest of us.
What is her form currently right now?
I believe it's generic Cayenne form.
Yeah, it is actually...
Average
I-
human?
It's actually icon.
Woman.
Icon.
Woman.
So,
You're my
on.
size.
I did all
Uh.
this before I came on and forgot to change everybody around. Oh, fuck it.
Kiss kiss boss.
We're currently figuring out whether we can actually, like, firemen carry her ass, or if we need to make a ye olde stretcher for her.
her token. She's actually her token.
So she's a forget what race that is. Oh,
Human.
there we go. Now I can see it.
4'7".
Okay, so she's tiny. All right, cool. I'll just sling her over her shoulder and let's keep going.
You
Oh,
want a
dear.
fireman's lift?
I'm strong.
Yeah,
I
she's
am
not that
strong.
tiny.
Just carry her on your back.
She just said she
Otto.
was 4 foot.
4'7".
It's still tiny.
You
That's still
can
a
carry
grown-up.
her on your back.
I'm like 6 foot something, dude. Hold on.
And?
No, I'm 7'4". She's
Hmm,
half
so
of my
she's-
height, almost.
So she's a kid to you.
Yes, I could literally just, like, child carry her.
It's fine.
Okay.
It slows your pace. It slows your pace down a bit carrying somebody, but you were fine carrying.
Okay.
So, as you kind of like pick up your friend and continue downstream, hoping for the best, unsure of what's going on. Why did you have to move the body?
What? Oh, no.
No, I've been watching NCIS, so it's all like, don't move the body.
Oh,
She's not dead. Yeah.
I thought she was gonna explode in my arms. Skadoosh, bitch!
It's
Right.
funny that you would say that
Shush,
because I'm also
shush.
watching that.
Cayenne, from your perspective,
Oh, wow, she's freaking light.
everything just suddenly goes dark.
Oh God.
Your senses just become numb.
Oh, good. I died.
Being the
Rude.
Animus?
Wait, what?
You,
What happened?
He passed out. We're in his passed out brain now. Relax.
yes, and you're talking all over it.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, I'll need to mute for this one.
Agreed.
Yeah, good idea.
Mute and deafen.
No, mute.
He can't hear you.
The pain is suddenly gone. And you find yourself what you feel is staring off into the void, questioning what just happened. And in a barely audible voice, the lowest of whispers, you hear familiar, but not correct.
Huh?
You start feeling something pushing into your mind, more like when you, similar to when you communicate with others using your magic, but this isn't a nice message. This is forcing its way in.
What the fuck?
Moments pass, and the voice, now stronger, alive? But how? Your body starts to shake. This is for everyone else. So, as Otto is carrying you, all of a sudden you start shaking.
Oh, no. I think we should make camp. She's kinda not doing too well.
Fine. Set her down quickly and let's set up camp. Relative distance away.
It's probably a good idea, yes. With the way she's reacting right now, I would not put it past her to explode.
So, as you guys set her down, She continues to shake as if she is having a seizure. It doesn't look.
Can I
But
tell
whoever-
the difference? Should I roll another witness?
No, I'm using descriptive words.
Okay,
Go
alright.
please. As your body shakes, and the group start. A little bit of panic sets in, not knowing what's going on. I need you to make one final wisdom save.
Well, that was on the GM. To GM. Fun fact for the rest. I rolled a 5. Well, I got a 5. So I rolled a 2.
All I'm expecting now is, it's Savannah! Straight from his mouth and eyes.
I did say mute.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's 2 out of 3 successes. You feel this presence pushing into your mind, and as it does, excruciating pain starts to flood the whole of your body. It feels like something is driving a spike into your skull.
Rude.
You trying, it's like, you know that this is not a good sign. You know from trying to contact people that when they don't want to contact, they can, but you are unable to resist. At this point in time, you realize that this headache was something seeking your mind, and as the pain courses through your body, you start seeing images, hearing voices, feeling random feelings as you realize all those memories that you have that aren't not just yours, but all of those ones that you remember having, they're being pulled out one by one in rapid succession. This presence is trying to find something inside your mind, and it is painful.
I pop up the image of the memory of the tree.
You try to focus on a single memory, and it's just pulled aside as well. After what seems like a long time for yourself.
Okay. Kayan will eventually just yell out, "Oi, if you want to know something, why don't you just ask? It hurts. You're doing whatever you're doing."
There's a brief moment, and suddenly it all stops. But it's not you that stopped it.
Just Kayan would
Another-
figure that.
You suddenly feel another presence from somewhere else. And it pushes back. And whatever was pulling through your mind stops. And as it does, you remember the sudden feeling of a great weight landing upon you, and a warm liquid dripping down your forehead. And your eyes open. You're back in the life.
With an Otto sitting beside you going, Kayan, are you okay? Kayan, get up!
She sits up.
I was totally mute this whole time. She wakes up to Otto, like, right beside her, going like, Cayenne, are you okay? Cayenne! Please wake up!
What happened? What happened to making camp?
We did.
No.
She's
That
on a
was all of
bedspread.
that.
Yeah, she's on a bedspread right now.
No, she wakes up where you dropped her.
Oh. Well, I put her onto a,
No, you
A
put her
bedroll.
down and panicked. Don't need to rewrite stuff.
No, that's what I had in mind, that when I put her down was on a bedroll. Anyway. Since I didn't say it out loud, sure, yes.
Got it.
For
Yeah.
you, it's only a brief few seconds. For her, it's a lot longer.
Okay. I was half expecting you to pick her up off the ground, start floating, her eyes opening, and then her arms just snapping in random places.
Exorcist style? Yuck.
No. Stranger Things style.
Also ick.
Yeah.
We let Kai finish, please.
Okay.
No, it's more a case of letting Faye play their character now.
Oh.
Cayenne gets up, just rubbing her head and leaning against a tree. Just quickly sees if her hand can shift between anything else that she's seen.
It's slower than usual, but yes.
Cayenne then checks to see what magic is working cantrips wise before she even attempts to try to contact whatever the fuck that was.
You're going to try and contact.
Not yet.
Okay.
So she's gonna like test out her and fire a bolt up into the air.
It's fine.
Cayenne, maybe you should do prestidigitation on yourself. You look like you could be cold. We kind of had to put you on the ground for a bit. You also fell.
Hmm. Oh, good. You're awake.
How are you doing?
You gave us quite the fright.
Something was going through all of my memories.
By something, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Could they have done that from a long distance, or is this a close proximity thing?
I'm going to assume far distance. I asked if it wanted to know something to ask. It didn't seem to stop on behest of that request.
That's
All I remember is feeling a large weight, like being crushed by something, and then a liquid pouring on my head.
We might want to make our way faster to Carnell then. The Guildmaster will want to know about this.
Hmm. Is it possible for magic to affect someone over long distances?
I have no idea. I have never experienced magic of this nature.
Considering I can talk to anyone as long as they're in this realm.
Yes, but you can't force
From
your
any-
mind into somebody else from that long distance. Assuming it is.
And I'm a Kalishtar, and even my abilities to speak telepathically are restricted for such a reason.
Yeah, well, the only thing I could think of is that it's a higher being, even higher than what would either higher or equal to that of which spared our lives recently.
Like a god?
Potentially, if we've met whatever the hell that one child is in the tunnels.
Hmm. Well, we should probably continue our journey.
Yeah, it would probably be better if if whatever did this comes back and they find us a little bit more prepared. Right now, as we are not prepared.
Cayenne also just mimics the voice and what it said from what she could hear when it spoke.
You're saying it was surprised you were alive?
That's not what I said she was doing. She was mimicking.
She was murmuring it to herself?
No, she was mimicking. Because she can change her voice.
She was repeating what they said, but in their voice that she remembers hearing.
I'm just gonna put the two things in there for seeing as that's basically what he's sharing.
That sounds like somebody who knows your past.
Well, that would make sense if they're what caused me to be goo, but for some odd reason it's slower now.
And assuming
Well, that may pose a problem.
it sounds like the process should have not let you remain you.
I don't know. It was looking for my memories. It's probably for all intents and purposes, it could have been trying to go as far back as when
That happened to you.
remember.
Yes.
Well, I don't remember when it happened, and there are gaps between me leaving home and waking up.
And that's probably what they were looking for, but since you have no memory of it, they couldn't find it.
I mean, I could try contacting it, but I'm not doing that now.
Yeah, let's wait till we're in a better position to do things. So shall we? Are you up to travel some more?
Sure.
And we continue heading for Carnell. And speaking about it as we're going.
Yep.
Okay, so if I could just get you guys to effectively repeat your roles.
Nature with
That you
advantage,
repeat?
gotcha.
Well, except for Otto, because you found the water source, your plan changes, so you...
Looking for food then.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like you may want to change over.
So, perception.
I'm gonna look for
Again?
food in my animal forms.
Please roll high.
That would
Okay,
be...
that's better.
Would that be survival or
Uh,
still nature?
in your animal forms, it would be... Depends on which form.
Wolf. I'm gonna be using
Wolf.
signs and smell for other animals where they might be hibernating.
Okay, so it would be perception with advantage.
Okay. And I'm assuming I have to roll this on on my forms sheet.
Nah, your perception should still stay the same.
All right.
Because it's a wisdom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so Cayenne's able to continue to making sure you have enough general supplies to keep fires and stuff going.
Rill, why you no hunter?
We all know like the cold.
I steal an entire tree.
And you continue on your journey. You are able... oh wait, I need Thorin to pick a thing.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, you're
If
not
you were
assisting
helping
me anymore.
Before, weren't you? What would you like to switch to doing?
Well, if Otto's building a raft to go
No,
on
no,
the
no, no,
water,
no, 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 no. The water's not
No,
deep enough for
it's-
that. I'm hunting for food because we have to walk the journey.
You're effectively following a stream.
Perception. I would like to use the compass to be able to figure out where I'm going and kind of use that as a guide to head towards Carnell while keeping close to the stream.
So that would.
Would that
Huh.
be perception still, or would
No,
that be
that's. It's a good idea because it's kind of in the sense of like
Watching
you're
your
keeping track
footsteps.
of where you've been and stuff. And like gaining future knowledge. I don't think I'm gonna have a role for it. I'll let you do that, but I don't think I'm gonna have a role in regards to traveling, and you probably will have a bonus or something if you're coming back here, like having to come this way and stuff again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it
if
doesn't
you
help
ever
for our
have to-
current journey, but when we come back, it'll
It
help.
may help for future, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So-
don't have to roll anything?
Yeah, don't roll anything now. I'll make a note of what you're doing. So if it comes up, you'll probably have advantage or something. If it comes up and stuff, I'll think of something. So you continue following this stream, and without the worry of needing to figure out exactly which way you're going, and just focusing on keeping the same path. Even though Rill is struggling to hunt in the cold, you as an animal form are able to find a burrow with a few hairs in.
Watership down, bitch!
Jesus Christ. That's a child's show, right?
No, it is not. I mean, it is, but it's not. Really not.
Anyway, before getting sidetracked.
Yep.
If you add that to...
Wait a minute, I re-rolled it. No.
You're fine. You're fine.
You're fine. So that's a few days worth of rations, I think that comes to. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next few days, I've lost where I typed the damn number I was looking at. How many? Can anyone remember how many days it was?
It's been about 5 because she collapsed.
No, not what I calculated the journey time to be.
Oh,
You said 13 with 8 days of rations.
and that was assuming we were going
Okay,
in a
it was
straight.
13 days, assuming straight line.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to remember. I've lost it in the numbers. So. If you... Also, it doesn't help with where we are on the calendar right now.
But with 2 extra rations, we have 10 days.
Okay, so over the next few days as you're traveling, not having to, as I said, not having to focus on trying to keep bearings and stuff so much, you're able to more freely use your animal forms to manage to successfully find some poor hares stowed away in the burrow, keeping out of the cold and stuff over winter. And after 5 days from where Cayenne's episode, you almost fall down a waterfall,
Oh, jeez.
or at least what would be a waterfall if the water was running so much.
Wait, isn't that the cliff near Carnell that feeds into the lake?
No, it's just
It's
not
a lot.
a huge waterfall and stuff. It's a stream that just goes
Yeah.
into. But Zoho is not able to scout it, like stop people from falling over it. He picks on the subtle noises of the water
Jeez. Yeah.
running off the edge before anyone gets close enough to slip. And
If Cayenne does
No.
get too close to the edge, he's like, stop.
Have you guys been to a waterfall? You hear it far before you see it. It's crazy.
I have. Out of character, I have. Yes.
Yeah.
as I said, what would be a waterfall if there was enough water running over
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Cayenne, are you still feeling alright?
I feel slightly better, but still in a funk.
I'll walk beside you then,
Funk? What
In
the
case
heck is
you-
a funk?
in case you fall over again. We cannot take any chances before we return to Carnell. Come along.
How deep is the cliff?
Not enough to worry about knowing it's there.
Okay.
It's probably like no more than 10 foot.
Okay, so, like,
It's just the fact that it's in the forest and it just suddenly goes without notice.
yeah. Okay.
So, you navigate this small obstacle, and over the next few days, the stream comes and joins up with an actual river. Here, you are
Neat.
able to effectively fish with the tools that you have, and you follow it down until it comes to a road that you recognize is to and from where you currently are. You estimate 2 more days of travel to Carnell, where you have traveled this road once before,
Neat.
When we got jumped by bandits,
or at
I
least
assume.
along it, as it can. This road runs alongside the river that is now you have now connected to, and you find yourself arriving in Carnell. Your rations used, but your stomach's not on to empty. And you arrive back on the 12th of Saloon.
Did I make it?
You've
Did I
been
make it?
traveling through the new year.
Did I make it? Please tell me I made it.
Made what?
Need to make sure Horsey is okay.
Horsey is on the other side of town. Maybe.
So we made it to Carnell.
You have arrived back in Carnell.
Otto estimates the time. How long has he taken?
What, that journey from the mountains?
No, just in general, like, how long has he been away from Carnell? Is he
God.
overdue to pay for the stabling?
And you want to know that right now?
He's kind of stressed about it, yeah.
About 3.5 months.
Yeah. Otto excuses himself from the group, says he'll meet up with them a little later, and immediately, like, darts forward down the street towards the other side.
Rushes, decides to traverse the entire length of town.
Yup.
It's more to it's like more just over 2.5 weeks.
Away from Carnell, I mean. Because I paid for 3
No, I
months.
think he means
When we had to pay
you on the
pay-
payment.
Yeah, when we had to pay for the horse again, we had to pay on the 21st of last month.
Yeah, you've been away from Carnell for what I said. Cayenne's figuring out the overdue. So,
Okay.
as Otto decides to scramble away to find his long lost lover. Wait, what?
Listen here, you little...
Where's the rest of the group heading?
Either to the guild or to the church, because she has
Guild's
a
closer.
thought. Then to the guild, it'd be
Based on
Gosh.
where you're coming in, the guild would be closer than the church.
Yeah.
Yes.
because otherwise she's doing this in the guild, or she's going to the church
You get an
asking-
exorcism.
asking questions and then doing it there because then they can at least hear.
Let's see if Gunthorpe can assist us with this.
Okay. So, people are heading to the guild. One momento. As you traverse the town, it's fairly quiet.
Hmm?
As you enter,
As the number of guards increased.
not from your perception as you enter town.
Mhm.
The forges are going strong as you pass the area where they're working, and you can see like some boats on the canals seem to be unloading ore, and while others continue on, like one seems to be on its way, and you make your way back through town, following
I'm
the canal
supplying for something.
to find the outhouse
Hmm.
that you call the guild.
Alright, everyone. Let's head in.
Yeah.
Quietly now.
Why do we need to go in quietly?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just have this feeling.
Kyan just knocks and opens up the door.
Zoho looks
I-
around.
Is the guild still there?
So,
Ah, thank God you're still
here's
there.
the guild.
Ah, thank
You got
God.
the right outhouse. I'm not that mean
Ah, thank
all
God.
the time.
Gunthar!
Before he enters the outhouse, Zoho looks around the surroundings.
Outside the outhouse,
Yes.
it's cold, damp in appearance. As snow melt runs off the roofs, and you're
Cornell
standing
in winter.
backs of a fair few buildings.
A lot of people not out, probably staying in their homes to keep warm. A little lonely. He enters.
There's supposed to be other people. Well, according to him.
Who? What?
I thought Zoho was saying it's lonely because there's no one in here.
No,
Zoho
he
was
said
Taking a
the
moment
city
outside.
feels a little lonely because there aren't a lot of people outside because they're staying in their homes to keep warm.
Ah.
Labor.
So, what was that? You're
Yeah.
calling out for Gunform?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh look, new token.
Sorry, he's not here.
And Soho's hand is slowly creeping towards the Sabakaze sheet on his back. And who are you, good sir?
Not to be mean, Mouse, but I think Cayenne was the one who initiated this one.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Like, as you look up and see this face kind of like peering out from behind the counter.
Very Cheshire cat grin going on.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Hoppy. I am an honorable frog knight.
Okay.
Neat. Name's Cayenne. You know where Gunthorpe is?
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah,
I have
pleasure.
no idea.
Ah. Neat.
Awkward silence.
It's just kind of like waiting for you to.
Wait, Poppy?
That's right. My name is Hoppy. I am a very honorable frog knight.
Do you, like, ride a frog?
How do
That
you
is
know?
Indeed, correct. My friend and companion and trusted steed, Mr. Froggo, is right over there.
How do you know Gunthorpe?
One moment. Can't do this at the same time as doing the voice.
I was about. Oh, you son of a bitch!
So, as he gestures towards the table, you kind of like look under, like you can see just underneath there's this big fat frog sitting there, like just legs flat on the floor,
I just got.
like spread out, lying on its belly.
I got our D&Ds mixed up.
And what was the question? Sorry, I forgot.
How do you know Gunthorpe?
Well, he would be our guildmaster, of course.
Ah, you're one of the newbies. Hi. Or at least, I'm assuming newbie, unless you've been technically with the guild.
Are you a
longer than us.
veteran of the guild, or have you recently joined?
So much a veteran of this guild. But as I said, I am a very honourable frog knight. Haven't you heard of us?
I
No idea
can't.
what he's talking about.
I can't say I have. No.
I'm too far from the east, I'm sorry to say.
I've lived in a monastery my whole life.
We're all shut-ins.
Alright. If you've been secluded, it would be expected.
I mean, I can vaguely remember you being mentioned once by Gunthorpe a very long time ago. But I think only once
That
and in
right?
passing.
That's interesting. I've only been here 3 weeks, and I've never met him before that. You wouldn't be happening to tell us porkies there, mister. And sorry, my name is Hoppy. I am an honourable frog knight. Who might you be? As he realizes
There's more
another
people.
So,
Hyan's calling
Oh, what a
bullshit.
time to die. Thorin Ironsbane at your service. No wandering
called-
inventor.
I am called Zoho, a wandering monk.
I'm staring at Otto, waiting for him to.
I'm
respond
not
to this
there!
question.
Also went to
Oh.
check on his horse.
Yeah, check on the horse. check on the horse and the wagon. Our means of transportation.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun when Otto comes back.
Yeah, it is.
You all appear a little confused. May I ask how you got in here?
Members.
We're members. I'm pretty sure. Kai, out of character and out of the situation, did we get a card or something from him? From Gunthorpe? I can't remember because it's been that long.
There's a flyer that Comfort was handing around.
We don't have like
Still is
membership
handing
IDs.
I pull the flyer, a little tattered and worn, out of my pocket and show it to Hoppy. We got this invitation I would say 6 months ago. Been that long, at least. We've been
It's
guild
alright,
members.
I just assumed that you might have been members that I hadn't met yet, unlike the other two.
The other
Gunthorpe
two.
did say there were more people than I had met so far.
Who are the other two? Clearly, we haven't met all the members.
Well, I'm not sure where the tall lady is,
Oh
but
no.
the other
Tall
one
lady.
is around here somewhere.
I'm just going to check out the room I was in last time we were in the guild. At this point. Because now I'm kind of wondering about this too.
Could you please not do this every time? I am currently on business.
Ah, he's taking a shit.
TMI.
So Farin's going to the back room.
not the back room, but the rooms we
Yeah,
got-
one of the back, like through the corridor. On
The
I believe
dorms.
it was on the right, to where the beds are.
And suddenly
The dorms.
he appears in the back rooms.
Oh,
You head into the
I know I'm passing in front of that
dorms.
other character that I just noticed is there. Oh dear,
This one.
this guy.
What guy? That's Hoppy.
Oh, that's Hoppy? So that's his frog over there. Okay.
What did you think the frog?
It could have been another
Did you think the
character.
frog-
I haven't fully been paying attention to
Are you making this mistake in character? Because it's hilarious when people make this mistake.
No, I'm not.
Hoppy is the frog. He is just a knight.
No.
Weird.
He's a-
My name is Hoppy. I am an honorary honorable frog knight, and that over there is my loyal companion, friend, and steed, Mr. Froggo. Please, would you mind not to get us confused? I know you're not here, I just wanted to do it.
I'm imagining when Psychic takes control of Azrael again, she's gonna do that.
By the way,
Yep.
his gnome.
Yeah, I could figure from the facial hair.
I'm just going into the dorms to see where this tall lady is.
Farin's no longer the shortest member of the guild.
Mm-hmm.
You're going into the girls' dorms unannounced. Ooh.
Okay, not the girls' dorms. I'm gonna poke around and see if the lady's around. Hello, anybody there?
Mm.
Do I get a response?
Nope.
No shit. Okay, I'm gonna head back out to where everybody else is.
You turn around. This person's behind you.
Mm.
No!
You almost trip over them because they're also a gnome.
Fuck sakes.
Mm.
Hello. And who might you be?
They just wave
I just
gingerly, not even like full hand up, just kind of like look at you, smile, like
kind of
elbow up, wave the wrist.
hesitantly wave back, and I'm like, okay, who? I don't know how to react now.
Warren, is everything okay? What you shouting?
There's a lady gnome here.
Oh? He looks to the female gnome.
So you go through the hair. You open the door and you look down the corridor and you see Thorin kind of just awkwardly standing there with a with a short gnome standing in front of him.
Oh. Did you get her name?
She doesn't seem to want to talk.
Hmm. Well, don't be rude.
Yeah, I guess I should have.
She turns around, looks at Zoho, cocks her head, and kind of does the same gingerly little wave.
Hey,
He waves back.
hey.
Hello
What?
there. I am called Zoho. What is your name?
You get some kind of like vague gestures.
Hmm. He actually enters the corridor and walks over to them. Excuse me for a Miss, bear with me a moment. And he puts 2 fingers to its temple and casts Mind Link. And he speaks into her mind. I apologize, but I have this feeling it's not that you don't wish to talk, but rather that you can't, correct?
She shakes her head.
Hmm. Are you shy?
She shakes her head.
So you simply do not wish to talk?
She nods.
He shuts up the mind link. This lady... He looks at Thorin. Well, I have confirmed she is not mute. Just says it with a straight face.
I introduced myself. I'm Thorin's Ironsbane and a fellow member of the guild, and I wish you a good day. I guess. I give her a short bow and go back out into the common area. I'm a little lost as what to do right now because this is the first time I've come across a lady who didn't speak back.
So she curtsies in response to you, and as you walk through the door back into the guild, you trip over her again. Zoho, you blinked and
Huh?
you missed it. She was there in front of you, and now she's.
Huh?
Thorin's just tripped over her again. He opens the
Does
door.
Thorin make a noise?
Nope.
Not even ack. Not even ack.
Nope.
He's not even surprised.
I'm just kind of embarrassed at this point.
She kind of like just shoos at you because you're a bit too close, and then sort of like goes over here and starts rummaging around underneath the
Underneath
the counters.
So, are you
I-
alright, Thorin?
And
It was quite full.
you see the person from your perspective. You think they just walked through the door in front of Thorin.
Okay then.
Sorry, Zoho.
I'm kind of like, okay. Moving on. I proceed back out and look at Hoppy, and then gesture. Who is this?
No, please, not again.
He turns around. He turns around and looks at you. He goes, "Who is who? Sorry."
That gnome lady that lives in the dorms.
Oh, I believe she is also a guild member. I don't know her name.
That actually makes sense. She isn't mute. She just simply doesn't. She simply doesn't speak to anyone. Holds her tongue, I believe. Or either that, or perhaps a vow of silence. There are monks who do that.
You just see the head poke out from behind the counter and look at you a little confused.
Sees the confused look. Did I say something?
She nods.
Vow of silence?
She shakes her head.
Shrug.
Hmm.
I guess we should wait for Gunthorpe then.
Yes, looks like it. Perhaps he can explain. Although we just came back from a very long journey up north. Took longer than usual.
Ah, would that be why you were away then?
Yes.
Yes, more or less. How long have both of you been in Cornell?
I've been here just over 3 weeks. I believe she's been here a bit longer. Although it's hard to get any information out of her.
Well, aside from
Very
playing
nice,
around with
though.
20 questions. Aside from playing around with 20 questions, that would be difficult. Tell me, Hoppy? Sir Hoppy? You are a frog knight, yes?
I am indeed a most honourable frog knight, and Hoppy is my name. I'm
Then
not
it-
sure about
then it'd
the
be
master.
suitable-
That seems a bit too formal for me.
Hoppy, then. Given that you've been in Cornell these past 3 weeks, has anything strange happened recently?
You're just full of questions, aren't you there, sir? I'm not sure
Forgive me.
what you would deem as strange. I am not familiar with... Well, what you... But if you would like to join me and Mr. Froggo for a drink and tell us about your tales, I don't mind sharing some stories.
Zoho takes out his journal. It's a good thing I keep a chronicle of them then.
That sounds like a very helpful thing. Helpful? I suppose it is helpful for some things. Especially if your noggin's not so good at the remembering.
You could say that. Mostly it's to keep a chronicle of the journey. For future generations. After all, children do love a good fairy tale now and then.
Well, I would love to hear about the journey. So, shall I jump to Otto for a second?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
you head over to the stables.
Yep. Do I see my horse or not?
Your horse is there.
Okay.
It's fine. The grumpy guy at the stables is kind of like, what are you blabbering on about? When you're sort of like, I forgot to pay, like, with your like, oh my god, I feel like I'm late paying and stuff, and it's sort of like, what are you on about? Like, some other dude paid for this like a couple of weeks ago.
Say what? What's she good for then? The amount of time that she has left on the rental. I don't know what to say.
Oh, she's good at least to the end of the month. But I'm not going into the records just to answer that one.
No, that's fine. I just want to know how much I want to add to it. Is all, because I am planning on paying for more right now. Because our last trip was incredibly long. I want to make sure that nothing happens like this again, where we're unexpectedly gone for so long. So I'd like to pay for 3 more months, please.
Oh, okay then. I can't argue with extra coin. I guess I'll just note down the extension of the dates, I suppose.
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
My voice is getting a bit stuck towards Hoppy right now.
I'm Hoppy. I'm an honorable frog knight. Anyway.
I'll have you know that is not how I sound at all.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And that is quite frankly rude. So, you pay for the horse and then you're gonna go back to the guild, or are you gonna spend some...
I'm gonna spend some time with the horse. Yeah, I'm gonna brush it down and stuff.
Okay, you spend some more time with the horse while all this stuff is going on at the guild. So, Hoppy is interested in the story of Zoho. Cayenne's asking me.
What?
It is not religious.
Okay, great. Great.
Cayenne is sat down, I guess, racking her hands against the table.
Yep, because the only thing that is left now is not on the god list.
Okay. Zoho, are you happy to regale the tales?
Go for it.
No, I don't need him to like start telling us the whole journey and stuff. I just kind of need a yes or no if he's quite happy to entertain Hoppy. I'm wondering if Mouth realizes he muted.
Yeah, it's alright. Bathroom break.
It's fine.
So, yes to entertaining Hoppy?
Yeah,
Baron, what are you gonna do?
I guess. Guess join Zoho for a drink and to listen and see how well this goes.
Oh yeah, which table would you like to... Oh, you're actually sitting at that table? Oh,
Well, he said he was gonna sit with them, so.
yeah, I was just wondering whether I'm moving a token or whether it's going to move... Okay, so...
eh.
Foreign comes and sits down at the same table as Zoho. And as you do, you kind of like have to awkwardly pull the stool away from the giant frog leg. And now you're sitting next to it, you realize that this frog is just as big as you are.
Holy crap. At the same time, it makes sense why he's a frog knight.
I mean, we've fought frogs bigger, haven't we?
Yeah.
In the forest, yes. Perhaps I should start with that at that entry.
I didn't.
I think you might be able to skip that one. I'm not sure that would be to my taste. The idea of fighting frogs.
I didn't say that out loud because I'm not there yet.
Very well.
No, but
Very
Toho
well.
might have started.
Yeah.
Because it technically was the very beginning. Near enough.
No, wasn't the very, very, very beginning.
It was one of our first adventures.
Ah, yes, the
Your
first
one.
adventure. Let's see, that would be the 13th of Shalona. He actually opens the journal and begins flipping through the pages. Ah, here we are. Let's see.
All of a sudden, this gnome appears on the table next to you, looking over your pages.
Right, here we go. Gunthorpe's gone as our first job. We're to go on a week-long trip up the river escorting a researcher. Upon meeting Madame Danny, she is quite the enigmatic sort to Otto. I don't think I was paying much attention as I was still nursing my hand from when Rill bit me this morning. She really doesn't like it when people try to wake her up. I think I wake her up. Kayate! We were given rations from Thork and did some last-minute shopping in the market area of Carnell before setting off on our journey, taking a boat up the river heading north. During the sojourn, we learned that our client was taking us to a set of ancient ruins in order to discern how magic affects living beings in the environment around us. She even gave us a test with some slips of paper to test our own elemental affinities. Otto has an affinity for earth, but also has an affinity for the other element. Thorn has an affinity for both earth and fire. Rill, conversely, has an affinity for both wind and water. Cayenne's was odd, even for Danny. Our tests always seemed to show different results regardless of what combination of elements it presented. As for mine, it seems I have a very strong affinity to wind, as noted by the paper tearing itself to shreds in the breeze it kicked up. We set up camp later that night. During my shift, I watched a white stag exit the forest out into the field where our camp was located before it began to graze. So stunned I was by this scene of natural serenity, I decided to sketch it out to make a painting of it later. I swapped shift for Cayenne soon after and went to sleep. His smile fades. I had the vision again. Only this time there were 3 shadowy figures before me. I couldn't see past these figures, and when I attempted to approach them, I found the distance couldn't be crossed no matter how many steps I took. I even called out to them, but no answer. I thought this was a dream, but I knew better. Kalistars do not dream, after all. He looks up. Apologies. What did you think?
I would have to say that was a little hasty, but I think I got the gist of it. Sounds like you've had some good and bad times, if I say so myself. Meanwhile, the other gnome is on the table, kind of like, and just like constantly, like, different things keep happening in her hands. And
She
you
seems rather
realize
excited.
you're casting a shit ton of prestidigitation, like on repeat, trying to follow what you were saying.
Oh. So she was like making items that are related to what he was saying.
Apologies. Apparently I'm a better writer than I am a storyteller. Hmm.
Okay.
He looks over the diary entry for the 17th. I just slapped his hand over the part regarding the giant frogs. Recalling what Hoppy said. Right. Here we go. After a few more hours of navigating through the woods, we encountered many strange creatures within the woods. Eventually, we came across a clearing with some rock formations, just like in my vision on the first night we camped in this forest. Some examination of the middle rock formation brought to light a certain phrase that needed to be spoken. He stops and scratches his cheek nervously, which I accidentally said aloud. Suddenly, a wind elemental of significant power appeared before us, dispersing the mists that plagued our vision, and asked who summoned her. To which I responded that it was I who spoke the phrase. Next thing we knew, we were thrust into a battle against her and a couple wind elemental warriors she brought forth. While my comrades contended with her minions, she was attacking me, and strangely only me. Anyone that moved to attack her, and wasn't me, met with some very serious repercussions. He pauses to glance over at Cayenne and Otto.
Not
There's
there.
currently not here because he decided to
Yeah, Otto was...
take a long
I am
so
time.
just
pampering
glance
the
over.
horse.
Okay!
Although I do think it will be amusing for you to walk back into the middle of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's been long
Yeah.
enough. Might as well.
Yeah, he
Like, this
catches
isn't-
the
like,
part
this is
of
the-
anyone that moved to attack her and wasn't me met with some very serious repercussions.
Fucking finger.
He glances over at the gnome on the table to see if she's keeping up.
She just like when you look up, you realize she's actually really uncomfortably close, right in your face, like nose to nose. With a like every time you look down to read off the page, like her head just goes down with it.
You are liking the story? You're quite close.
She pats you on the head.
I just kind of watch and chuckle at Zoho's discomfiture. Or discomfort.
What is so funny, Thorin?
Nothing. Continue.
Right, the story. That's when I realized it wasn't just attacking me, it was testing me. And anyone who attempted to interfere in my trial would be punished. So I yelled at my comrades to allow me to fight her alone. Of course, some disagreed. They relented. Needless to say, I cannot say I won the duel. She outpaced me completely, and I only held on as long as I did because she allowed it. While she stated I had a long way to go, she gifted me the sword that she wielded for our duel. I willingly accepted it, knowing it would be dishonorable to refuse such a gift. The wind elemental gave her farewells, and disappeared into the sword that I now wield. Whoever she was, whatever she was, I will always remember this day as a day I vowed to become a better monk, worthy of the boon she has given me. He pauses for a moment, looking to collect himself. Apologies. That was a very trying day. For me, most of all. After our fight with the Lady Wind
She
Element,
pats you on the head again, and when she does, you realize that she has Sabakazi in her hands right now.
Oh.
what did you? May I please have that back?
This is DM speaking, not NPC speaking. She hands it to you back as if, like, enacting the whole presenting the sword to you.
And he remembers. Oh, you're reenacting it.
She nods. You have no idea how the fuck she got it off you with the like.
Shifty.
You are are very quick with your hands to have gotten it off me without me noticing.
Orin was too busy laughing at the situation. He didn't notice either.
This reminds me a lot of a show where one person just has the magical ability of like teleporting whatever they see and want straight into their hands.
If you were here and saying that in person, I'll shake my head.
Right. Where was I? Yes. After a fight with the Lady Wind Elemental, Madame Danny, or rather Danny, she found it odd I was being polite since she was our patron. Wanted to stay for a few more days to study the rock formations. As it was clear that we had discovered what she was looking for, we decided to set up camp near the rock formations to keep a close eye on them. During my shift that night, I decided to inspect the new weapon I had received from the Wind Elemental. The blade itself felt light as a feather, like I wasn't holding something made of metal in my hand. It was well kept and decorated, with the sky blue tassel affixed to the pommel of the blade. After spending an hour attuning to the blade, I finally learned its name. Sabakaze, the Desert Wind. An apt name for a blade honed by wind element. Here's Cayenne.
Okay, okay.
Alright then, Cayenne. I worry for her. Right,
No,
Well,
hops off the table and starts following Kaya.
Okay.
Right, shall I keep going?
I'm gonna be back. I need to use the washroom.
Is that a question to the DM or Hoppy?
Copy.
Hoppy will let you keep going all the way to the end. Me as the DM, if you really want, is finding this too hilarious, will keep going until the very end, even if it means I don't sleep tonight.
Jeez.
We're actually, I think we're at time.
Oh, we can call it whenever people are happy
Yeah,
at
so
this point. Like, I will
continues
quite happily do this nonsense off a stream if it's.
Yeah, he continues.
I'm just waiting
Reading-
for the auto to return.
He continues.
Go ahead.
And he continues reading through his journal entries. But also, reiterating that these were from his point of view, and anything that did happen when he wasn't there, he would simply state, "Hey, while I would try to explain it, it's not my story to tell."
That's okay.
And
Basking
he does-
in the joy that you're bringing right now. You seem like you need a lot off your chest.
the lot has happened, and will continue to happen. In any case, we returned to Carnell to take stock of the situation here, resupply, and then we will be on our way again. Provided that Gunthorpe doesn't have any jobs for us to handle.
He does find the jobs when necessary. It's a shame you're only staying for a short while.
Why is that?
Well, we've only just met, and if we're in the same guild, then we should probably get to know each other a bit better. And you still haven't met all the others.
That is
Wow.
true. We are the newcomers to the guild. Be rude if we don't know of all of them, yes?
Precisely. It is only manners. While you're here, you should introduce yourselves.
I suppose if there's no real urgency, we could stay a little longer. Perhaps we could wait out the winter season until the snow begins to fall.
Well, that is entirely your choice. I'm just suggesting, as a helpful guild, we should all help one another, and to do that, it's best to know one another.
That is true. He looks to Thorn. What do you think, Thorn?
Thorin is
And Thorin's
distracted. Josh, it's your cue.
What?
Farin has zoned out because story time.
Thorin went to the bathroom.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Otto. Has Otto returned yet?
I mean,
I would assume Otto would return
Yeah.
either shortly after you finishing the story part as you did, or during it. But at this point, I'll go with after, because it's just easier for me.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would you like to join, Otto?
Sure.
Yes, join
So-
be a part of this.
As you conclude your story times, you return. Otto, you return, and at this point, they're just kind of like having the general chat with one another. We have Cayenne. Yeah, he's two down here. I'm not here. I'm assuming Grill's doing real things.
Rill is doing real things with Kaiden.
So I
Question
don't
mark, I-
see the
I
gnome
can't-
girl.
Situation with Rill. You come in. Yeah, Cayenne and the other gnome are currently not here when
Okay.
you arrive.
I'd be just outside the building.
Are you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
said I was
well,
just
you
going
might have gone
outside.
for a wander. Okay, in which case we'll deal with you. So you head outside, and briefly after heading outside, the little gnome appears, looking around, and then she spots you and kind of like just hurries on over towards you.
Oh, hello.
Hang on, let me deal with Kaya first.
Okay.
And looks up. Hi.
Waves.
Are you just like getting a feel for most of us, or
She
something
points
else?
at you and then makes a frowny face with her fingers.
Oh, just not feeling well. I'll be fine sooner or later.
She rubs her tummy and points at you.
Nah, just a headache that gone on too long.
She points at her head and makes a, like, she starts doing a weird twirly thing with her other hand on the other side.
Yeah, close enough. Just got a magical message of some sort, and it just didn't
I
make
didn't
any
consent.
sense. It just didn't make any sense, and it just was not done correctly, or was done correctly in a way that just caused a headache. So again, I'll be fine. Just need to get my bearings.
She puts her hand where her heart would be, and then with the other one, she kind of like moves it up, like her hand up and down.
The player is stupid. What?
Heartbeat.
No,
Heart-
not
heartbeat.
heartbeat. Like, Are you stressed out?
Oh.
Of what he did to me, slightly. Otherwise, no. I'm just waiting for Gunth, or before I decide to try to contact them back.
She nods and then she sticks a hand up on your chest where your heart is.
Questionably, where my heart is.
Well, you're a human.
Yeah, but you expect Cayenne to go around the corner.
You've got a gnome tiptoeing up in front of you, putting a hand like right where your heart's meant to be,
Right?
and you start feeling way more relaxed.
Ah. Calm emotions.
Calm emotions.
Thank you.
Thumbs up.
And then Otto falls out of the sky.
Yeah,
Yes, then Otto falls out of the sky because he's obviously got to go past you to get in there.
I think he saw the end of that, right?
Good do.
Yeah. Aw. You made a new friend.
Turns around,
Potentially,
waves.
potentially new guild member. Doesn't talk.
Shakes head at you. Nods at talk.
Aw. Do you like souvenirs?
Big fat shiny question mark in her hand.
He ruffles around in his bag and he pulls out a wooden carving of a bear, palm-sized.
Again, shiny question mark.
Oh, I just figured if you're a friend or a new acquaintance, you know, I like to give presents when I meet somebody new. You know, if they're friends of my friends.
Points at you, looks at Cayenne, and does just the swirly part around her head again.
Yes, Cayenne is a friend of mine.
Cayenne, you understand this as her going, is he crazy?
Debatable.
Well,
Debatable on if crazy.
alright, if you don't want it, he makes motion to just put it back in his bag.
You blink and she's there with her hand out.
And he puts it in her palm.
Just how fast is this little shit?
I don't know. Can I
How
do it?
fast is this little shit?
This feeling, she's a rogue. Out of character, I think she's a rogue.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
No, she's a speedster. Get it right.
Well, the only one that can tell is probably
she
Cayenne.
I'll give you the information. She can technically travel 90 feet around.
Holy shit. Wait. As a full action? Or just normally?
Hey, I told you what I told you. Make of it what you will.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh,
Why
this
would you
one,
bait me like
motherfucker.
that?
What
I think-
motherfucker?
I think I know this character. I think you've mentioned this character.
Anyway,
They're all my characters. It's my game.
I place a hand on her.
These couple here.
Place a hand on her shoulder and walk past and enter the guild.
As you go to place your hand on her shoulder, she kind of just like she steps back.
Sorry. Kinda used to doing that.
Not touchy.
And he just removes his hand and keeps going.
She pulls at Cayenne's hand to try and get Cayenne to go back in.
Okay. Fine. Good.
It's cold outside.
When she gets you inside and you she gets you to sit down, like tucks you to a table to sit down, and then she runs over behind the bar.
Ding!
And a minute or two comes back, and then she quickly kind of runs back and plonks
Is
a
she
glass
like
in
a
front of you.
mini freaking what's his name there?
She's
Who
a
used to cook
gnome.
the food? No,
No.
the other dwarf that you lost the eating contest to.
Fork.
Yeah, there we go.
No, Fark's just a chef. She's not a mini him.
She's just really fast.
Yes.
Just love the way that no one can read her.
No,
And
I
she
don't.
plunks down a cup of something in front of Cayenne.
I immediately look over at Cayenne, as curious as to whether this might be beer or
Don't
not.
worry about her. She's quite harmless.
Yeah.
Is this Hoppy saying this?
Yes.
I just look at Hoppy. Okay. Then why is she so fast? I don't think I've seen a
Because
gnome
she
run
is.
like that.
You see
When
Otto
she's
walk
running to
in.
the counter and stuff, it's all normal.
You guys see Otto walk in. Oh, hello. And wait for it. Who might you be?
Did you do that as a player?
No.
Interpreting?
No, I'm just saying, who might you be?
It's just the way you said it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, let's gotta
Gotta
hear it again, man.
My name is Hoppy. I am the most honourable Frog Knight. And who might you be? Tall man.
Oh,
Hmm.
my name is Otto. But most people just call me Otto. I'm a druid. I'm part of this merry band of people who are scattered about this location.
Yes, he's also a newcomer to the guild. Hoppy.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about me.
You're our latest recruit, then I see.
I just
Come
I-
join. We're all getting to know each other better.
No, I'm not new. I've been around just as long as these other folks have.
that would be our poor Kalishtar monk's mistake in how he worded that. Perhaps he could have stated it a little better.
Alright, Otto. Hoppy, he gestures Hop. Hoppy is a veteran of the guild.
Is he?
He's only been here
Mhm.
for 3 weeks.
That is
He
true.
returned to
I honestly
Carnell.
can't claim to be a veteran of this guild. However, I will remind you, I am a most honourable Frog Knight. Have been for a very long time.
Will Otto have heard of a Frog Knight where he's from?
No.
Okay.
No. You're a hermit.
I just kind of.
No, it's nothing to do with that.
It's his character. It's his character.
Otto looks at the frog. Oh, I see.
It's just like, it looks like it's dead on the floor, and it's about the same size as Thorin.
Oh, it reminds me of that one time we went on that one adventure. And... Oh, right. No, maybe let's not talk about that.
I just look at Otto when he starts saying that with this look like, please don't, please don't, please don't.
Oh yes, yeah. No, that's probably not a good thing to share.
Oh.
On the plus side, I love animals.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's
well,
something
I
true.
find myself to be a animal lover myself.
I can tell.
Me and my partner, Mr. Froggo here, have been working together for a very long time.
Does the
Well,
frog look anything special, or is it just like a standard frog that we've seen before? Like, obviously oversized frog, but
It's a really oversized frog. This doesn't. In fact, it looks kind of a bit derpy because it literally is just like low on the floor with legs splayed instead of like crouched underneath it.
I see. Yeah, we've met a couple of riders and tamers of all kinds at this point. A frog doesn't really seem out of place at this point.
There was a time we fought an owlbear.
Yes, we also found
Interesting. Tell me about that one.
The
He looks to
owlbear?
Otto. Perhaps you could tell it, since you were the first one to encounter it.
I don't actually remember that situation.
It's
I put a
okay.
hand
I
on-
think we might end the session here, otherwise this will never end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will never end.
I am quite like I was expecting the summary of like I sit down and begin to like, go through my journal entries with along with Hoppy, and it turned into a full-on. Let's do a full recap. I love it, but also
Takes time.
By the way, you still need to send me something before we finish.
All right, late.
Yes, that is true. Can you roll a? Oh crap! What was it? I was having you roll.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna get a number on a piece of crap.
No. I know exactly what I was referring to because I wrote it down.
Book.
You were trying to read the book. I think it's just an intelligence with your proficiency bonus.
My proficiency bonus is 3. So let's roll the intelligence, see what happens.
That would be a no.
Okay, so a
Well,
9.
That would bullshit. That's without the proficiency bonus. Fuck's sakes.
Wait, what is your proficiency?
Oh, that
bonus?
is with the proficiency bonus.
Oof.
You proficiency in
3.
that saving throw.
Oh. Should I have done a check instead? Because I feel
Nah.
like Nope.
Oh wait, no,
you're
it's the
going
same.
to get.
Same
No,
number, though.
it's okay. I just sent you the newer information.
Mm-hmm.
We calling it now?
And I think we'll call it there because
Okay.
Josh gets to decide how he interprets this and what, if anything, he wants to tell anybody, which he can do next session.
Alrighty, folks, that's us for tonight, and our lovely introduction to Hoppy, the honorable Frog
My
Knight.
name is Hoppy. I am a most honorable Frog Knight. It is a pleasure to meet you.
As the
I'm
frog
alone.
just like asynchronously blinks.
Don't fill in my characters for me, Tom.
I will do what I want to, damn it! Anyways, that is us for tonight. We'll see you guys again tomorrow night, hopefully, for some Lethal Company. And we'll see you guys again on Thursday and Friday for some Pokemon Violet DLC for the Indigo Disc and some Super Mario RPG. We'll see you guys then.